I can't believe the Brits took me offline, dude. That was crazy. I literally just got DDoSed by the Queen. That's fucking wild. Holy shit. We're back though, boys. We're back. We're so back. We're so... Even the Queen, you know, we can't be stopped. I won't let the British Parliament hold me back. Hold me down, chat. We are so back. New link. New YouTube link is coming out. We are so back. I can't touch it. I married an American. Based. Good export, bro. Good export. Sorry, that's... Obviously, I'm sorry. Obviously, I just like to meme on... You'll catch me memeing on Americans, too. Hopefully that's, you know, a lot of things to meme on. The problem is... Okay, do you want the real thing? The problem is... The stuff you can meme on Americans for is mostly just sad. Like, most of our problems are really serious and really sad. But when I think of Britopian, it's like, oh, ha ha ha, they eat funny foods like that. Oh, ha ha ha, they have like soldiers that wear puffy hats. Like, most of Britopian's problems are funny to me. When you start looking into America, you're like, fuck, man, we gotta stop our kids dying. We got a lot of problems. Anyway, okay. On a positive note, we're gonna go back to... I don't know if I can end this stream without getting Maltrace, so... Yeah. Valid, Blitz. Yeah, anyways. I think the Gamba, it shouldn't be turned off, but it just is gonna be off. It's not gonna be at the top. It's still active, don't worry if you bet. But it's not going to be shown at the top because the stream crashed. So, sorry about that. It's still active, though. Remind me to keep that in mind. Anyway, let me go I don't want to get into fucking... Yeah. Crash out with stream. True. Undereducated sadness. I mean, I can't even... That's like it's like the match players being smelly thing. I can't even like beef with that, you know? Like, there's some truth to that. Spotted dick. What is spotted dick again? I think it does look good, right? Spotted insane Google search. Yeah, this is probably amazing. It's a weird name, but like a bread, a savory, or is it a sweet steamed pudding? A sweet custard? Yeah, sure. It's pudding, putting these nuts in your mouth. Ha ha ha. Yes, Iron Fuzzy. I got you, Fuzzy. Make sure you're unbusy if possible. Let me know when you're unbusy. That stream was over. Sorry about that. My stream just so Streamlabs, which is the program I use to do certain things, it just crashes sometimes. Yeah, the UK. I don't want to just. I try to. There's positives and negatives to every thing, right? As much as I meme on beans on toast, beef Wellington looks phenomenal. A lot of you guys' desserts, there's a lot of Britopian food that looks amazing. I'm not trying to, you know. That would be too far if all I did was, yeah. Pat manager ordered. Okay, shut up, young. What was the Good Iron Fuzzy. Did I get you, Fuzzy? Let me see. There we go. Welcome, dude. Okay. Sticky toffee pudding. That sounds amazing. I love toffee. Toffee is just one of the best. We all agree that toffee is just one of the best things. Like toffee and caramel. I mean, toffee is from Britopia. That's one of the best things. One of the best sweets of all time is toffee. And you guys made that shit. You should be fucking proud. Toffee is amazing. Any type of toffee is so fucking good, dude. What's that on their food? Yeah, fair. I want a patch for Swampert Riders at Septile. You need an iron water patch for... I was like a Sam Adams piss water. I can't speak on... That's another thing where, like... If Britopians wanted to fight me on, like, Britopian versus American beer, I don't really care for beer that much, or, like, no... I've had a fair amount of it, but I've never, like... I think I might even prefer the piss water. I don't have the palate for beer. If a Britopian was like, yo, all your beer is shit, ours clears you, I'd be like, that might even be true. I honestly have no idea. Pat withdrawals. Refresh. I should be back, by the way. Sorry, refresh. I am back. To be honest, I just can't speak. It's cool to hear, like, from an outsider's perspective, like, where are the best, you know. I have no idea. If you've been to Florida and Cali, you've probably traveled more in the US than I have, which is fucking awesome. Another typical American. We don't travel enough, you know. Swampert or Sceptile? Ironman ability. I don't know if I understand the question, sincerity. Are you using the patch on them, or are you deciding which Pokemon to go for the type of patch? Which starter to pick? It'd be really cool to get the first one. Dude, that's a crazy shunt. Good luck to you, Omega Wash. Congrats. That's a lot of fucking evolved Ninkatas, man. That's a really interesting shunt. Being beer snobs. That's another, we talk about that all the time. Like, there are certain hobbies that turn, it sucks because most of the hobbies that turn people into snobs are really good hobbies, and they don't have to, but it just happens a lot, you know? Things like beer, things like wine, alcohol, just whiskey. Alcohol is like maybe one of the snobbiest, which is funny because alcohol is literally, and I drink. I like, you know, casually and socially drinking. You're literally ingesting poison for an altered brain. You know, the fact that becomes snobby is very funny, you know. But I understand there's also a beauty behind crafting. I have a buddy who brews his own, you know, and there's a beauty behind crafting your own and that whole process, like creating something from scratch, is really, really beautiful, right? But man, do people become snobby after it, you know? I think that's so based. That's a fair way to put it, Blitz. 7-minute stream, yo, true. Yeah, I think Water Patch, if anybody can think of a good starter that needs the hidden ability that is a water type, let me know. I think Water Patch might be the least important ability patch. I think Grass and Fire are important. Dude, so honored to hear that. Iron Singa, yes, I will try to get you. Are you, as long as you're online right now and not busy? Might have gotten you. Easy P. Oh, thank you. You were on top of it, dude. Thank you. So, welcome to the team. Absolutely. Welcome to the game. Yeah, good. Blitz is fucking on top of it today. Yes, for Alligator Sheer Force might be one of the better. Yes, good call. What's Empoleon's hidden ability? That might be a relevant one to some extent. Yes, there was no Kanto 2. That would have been too competitive Empoleon. Gotcha. Okay, that's true. Competitive Empoleon, and then Sheer Force for Alligator can be decently relevant. Absolutely. Fair point. That's crazy how, man, it's kind of wild how little. It's gonna be tough on the Ironman. Yeah, for sure, Iron. Yeah, as long as you're online, not busy, and you type your IGN in chat, it's really just first come, first serve at the moment. Try to invite as many people as possible. I'm not sure, Young. Good question. Add Gen 6. Yeah, that's just a long way down the line. And if they add Gen 6, we would get another ability patch. So that's something to consider. Cosmetics GTL. It depends on the cosmetics. Certain cosmetics, I would say most cosmetics, like 80% of cosmetics, Jolly, are brought into the game through holiday events. So there's no way to get them right now, right? Like, you have to wait until October or, you know, Christmas or whatever, right? If you're playing an Ironman account and you want, you know, vanities, you gotta wait until those events. But you also can buy, there's certain vanities you can buy from Pokemarts. So I bought these like teddy ears, for example, from like the lavender Pokemarts. It's a funny meme, right? What are your thoughts on the fairy type? I don't love how powerful the fairy type is. Dragon really needed an answer. Dragon was beyond broken in Gen 5, and it makes sense why they release a type that counters it. However, and I don't like, I'm no PvP expert, so I don't stand so firm on this take, but just like a, you know, it's a soft to medium take. I wish they would have introduced fairy type as the first 4 times natural resisting type. I think that would have been a lot more balanced and still counter dragon type in a very large way compared to just being a full-on resistance, or a full-on invulnerability. Sorry, invulnerabilities are just really hard to balance. They're just really fucking good. I couldn't get the justified iron said not found. There's a space there. Maybe there's a space. Let's try that. There we go. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, so I dragons needed a counterpart, and I like that fairy type gives steel and poison more offensive usage. But I do wish that it wasn't an immunity. I think it's being able to switch, because it really hurts Draco Meteor. And Draco Meteor was a broken move, but I thought with power creep, it's probably like fine. I feel like with like, I don't know, in my opinion, but I feel like they could have. Yeah, I feel like the immunity is too much in my. I don't like in any video game when you introduce a new thing and that new thing is the best thing by far. I don't think that's balanced game design. This happens a lot in League of Legends. I hate when they introduce a new character in League and he's so busted, he's the best character in the game by far. I think that is poor game design. I think it's lazy, it's bad, it's poorly balanced. I think it's FOMO and hype building, and I hate it. Same thing with Pokemon. I don't like that they introduced fairy type as a new typing and it was immediately the most powerful type in the whole game. That to me is really cringe. That to me is like really, really lame. That doesn't feel good. There are outliers for sure, Godly, but I would argue I haven't played League in many years. I'm fucking 2 years sober. You know, thumbs up, GigaChad, fellow League of Legends sober players. For a long time, it was notorious they would release things that would be broken. Dude, Camille on release was fucking insane. There were so many. Almost every character like on release has been insane. Joe was sober too. I've almost never met a lead player who doesn't want to be sober from lead. That's a whole thing. Was cracked. Yep. There was so many characters. Who remembers Ornn on release? Bro, Ornn was one of the most Ornn, bro, he was like Ornn on release was fucking insane. Holy, you could fucking dirtle on your keyboard. He was like 1v9ing. Oh my god. Ornn on release was one of the most broken things I've ever seen in a video game. It was so insane. What were those noises? It's what Ornn does, bro. You fucking Ornn. He goes crazy. It's insane, dude. He was so busted. It's still happening. Yeah, it wins a. Yeah, that makes. I appreciate the. It makes sense. Like when they reworked Urgot. Oh, that was a big thing as well. Where he was pretty. There was Urgot one trick. Urgot's a cool. I think Urgot is a pretty cool hero. He's been broken at times and really annoying to me, but he's pretty cool in the grand scheme. Wasn't Volibear busted after rework? It's every rework, every new hero is so fucking busted. Oh my god. Anyways. I can't even talk about League because League is the thing that I hate the most in the whole world. If you've watched my stream long enough, you might know this. Anyways, Aurelia was fucking busted. There's so many things on release, on rework. Aurelia had to get nerfed so many times. Akali rework was so fucking. Every rework, anyways, they just can't balance the game. It's so crazy. Old Mord. Speaking of, Mord was busted on the rework, but yeah, old Mord pod. Dude, every rework, yeah, that one was fucking crazy missed. Soul's number, and I miss Old Aurelion Soul. Old Aurelion Soul was really fucking cool. One of the cool, he was really hard to play and like he was really cool. One of the lowest win rate characters in lead. Yeah, Soul post rework, his numbers were just insane and busted and so insane. There's so many. Yep. Anyways. Poppy everything's fucking Poppy rework. Who remembers Old Poppy was a demon, to be fair, but yeah. Anyways. Not playing in years. Yes. No, don't relapse. Don't relapse. Inferno. Uninstall now. Get out while you still can. It's not worth it. Holy shit. Galio was reworked. He was dude. Yeah, don't play League. Don't play. It's not worth it. Adult Akali. That's also tough. Remember when Aatrox was reworked? Dude, every rework is I can't, dude. Every rework, I don't think Riot can touch things without making them broken. They can't do it. They haven't tried to make the game balanced since season 6. They just gave up. That's been my take for years, and I think people are finally, they dropped like 10 $500 skins, and the community is finally being like, oh, maybe they don't care about balance. Maybe it is all about milking our wallets. Maybe League did become a mobile game essentially 12 years ago. Not that long ago, but like, it's been bad for a while. Anyway, sorry. Demarcus, thanks for the sub. 7 months. Ari leak? Nope, I did not. No, don't reinstall, Eugene. You're smarter than that. You're better, okay? I believe in you. Ari wearing a towel? New Ari skin. Let me see this. Wait, where? Can you link it to me? I played Rainbow, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Vegas 2 on like Xbox 360. Never played Siege. I never got into Rainbow Six Siege, thankfully. The game seems really cool, but I always hear the community is like really toxic. Damp, Swampert, Unburnable Septile, or Speed Boost Combustion. Speed Boost Combustion is not in the game. I'm gaming with sincerity. I don't understand what you're asking. Is it Damp, Swampert, Unburdened Septile, or Speed Boost Combustion? Or is this considered from the other regions? I forgot. I don't know if I understand the question. I had a friend who loved Destiny. I never played it. I remember I played Warframe for like an hour and a half and was like, wow, this game's really good. And then I never played it ever again, and I don't know why. I can't explain it. I think I just didn't have the time. I played Warframe for an hour and a half, went, wow, this game seems really good. Never played it. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know, man. It's horrible. I've always heard good things. Maybe I'm wrong. The mechanics of that game felt amazing. Like that game felt that was like, Warframe was one of the first free-to-play games that seems like really, really good. Such a grind? Yeah, but that's fucking welcome to, you know, we're playing PokeMMO, bro. like that's hell yeah. Oh, it's such a grind, so a good game. Thousands of hours. CS, I suck, and I do not they're not bad games, but I suck at CS:GO. We're obviously now it's like CS2, right? I grew up playing a little bit of like Counter-Strike 1, and then I went to CSGO. I suck at Counter-Strike. I suck at Valorant. I suck at hit-scan shooters, or with shooters with those games have very unique engines that I cannot wrap my head around it. I'm not good at them. I'm so bad at them. Was pretty decent at Overwatch, you know. I like projectile shooters. Like I played a lot of Lucio and Zenyatta in Overwatch. Peaked at like low masters. I was okay at Overwatch. I suck donkey. I suck so much at CS and Valorant, dude. Those kind of games. I haven't played Dark and Darker. I think I might even have it downloaded, but I haven't played it. What's a 5-patch combo for the Ironman account? That's gotcha. I think what I've decided I'm gonna do, gaming with sincerity, is I'm gonna do 2 grass patches, 2 fire patches, and 1 water. The grass patches are really relevant for things like the most important patched hidden ability starters are Solar Power Charizard, the most popular in the world by far. Solar Power Charizard is hyper relevant for fire team raids. And then you have Grass Patch for Contrary Superior, which is hyper relevant in PvP. Those are the 2 most important patched starter Pokemon for an Ironman. After that, you have things like Chlorophyll Venusaur, which is Grass Patch, and then for fire, like a secondary Charizard, or I don't even know what else from there. Scroll through and see Johto Dex. Typhlosion doesn't need HA. Blaziken has no HA in PokeMMO. What's Infernape's HA? Emborb. You really want the Charizard. That's a big one. And then the water, maybe like Sheer Force for Alligator, but that's... Yeah. Yeah. If you want to play like... What tier is for Alligator? Like NU? If you want to play like NU or some shit, like maybe... UU. If you want to like play UU PvP, or you need, which is pretty rare, like on Ironman maybe, but yeah. Even if it's Gyarados at home is so good. So we're pretty good, very fun to play for. I don't have much experience with those games, but I always like hearing about them. Anyone who says Destiny and Warframe suck have either played for 2 hours total or have been playing for 10 years. That, from the little I understand about those communities, outside looking in, that seems so accurate. That seems so real. It's crazy. That's really funny. Have all that. God damn it. But why is for Alligator Kate? Anyways. I don't remember even much. Yes. Yes. I am not set for life on 600k. You need Pokeyen just for Pokeballs, lures, repels. I've spent a lot. I've probably spent 600k, maybe 400k in yen already. And I'm very new to the account. All the breeding braces. So if you want to breed a 6x31 Pokemon and Pokemon on an Ironman account, it's going to cost you 320,000 Pokeyen just for the braces. Like that's, so if you want to breed a good Pokemon, it's going to take so many braces. It's just so expensive. You do need a fair bit of Poke. It's a good question because you know you need a lot of Pokeyen on an Ironman. You do, for sure. Not as much as a main, in my opinion. I think Pokeyen is definitely not as relevant on an Ironman than as a main, but it's very relevant. Same with like Ironman and Old School RuneScape, you know. Gold is still very relevant, but less relevant. That's got to be worth. Make sure you sell that for like what it's worth, Blitz. Don't quick sell that because that has got to be worth a lot. That is a real 2012. That is crazy. Yes, alpha starters are no longer available. How do I buy one and get one? How do I go with my OT? If you're a main account, you can buy an alpha starter, breed it down. As long as you have that Pokemon species in your COD OT deck, you'll get the OT. So if you have like Charmander COD OT and you buy like a alpha Charizard and you breed it, you'll get the OT. So it's a good question. Never sell them. It's up to you. I appreciate the kind words, Smug. I can't answer that for you. You know, I can give you the information and like try to help, you know. 2012s are worth a fair bit of Pokeyen. They're pretty valuable and really cool collectibles. It comes down to, are you going to miss them? Are you going to miss them? Will you regret it? Maybe you could sell some of them and see how you feel. Maybe you keep the ones that are meaningful to you. Maybe you keep your starter Pokemon or whatever, but you sell like any like Seekings you may have, you know, like it really just, it depends. Like really boring answer, but it really just depends. Keep in mind that Pokeyen is always reachievable, right? Whereas 2012s are not. Like once 2012s are gone, they're gone. Once they're sold, they're sold. You can't get those back, really, right? Especially OTs of your OTs, right? One of my biggest regrets was like I sold all of my old Pokemon, and I really regret it. But back then they weren't even like 2012s weren't worth anything, or 2013s weren't worth anything, you know. I need to heal soon. Is it now or no? I still have 10 left. We're fine. Bronzer Swarm. I don't think I need Bronzer that badly. We can go catch it in the wild later on. If you had enough yen, would it be more evil to buy and breed all 2012s or all starter alphas? That is fucking fucked up. If you had enough yen and wanted to be evil, do you think it would be more evil to buy all the 2012 Pokemon or starter alpha Pokemon and breed them together? The fact that you're having this thought tells me that is heinous. Oh my goodness. Could you imagine? That is fucked up. I think alpha starters might be the worst one. There's less of them. Like, dude, look how many alpha Charmanders there are on the market. Like, I think there's less alpha Kanto starters than 2012 Pokemon. That is absolute evil. What you would do is you would have to buy... You would buy, like, this Alpha Charizard for 13 mil, buy this one that's male, and breed them together, and just lose 13 million Pokeyen, but at the cost of deleting them from the game, which I guess could be a benefit to you if you're really stocked up on them, but, like, that is pure evil. That is actually insane. I don't want to think about that. That is a crazy... Whew. Craziness. Yeah, try to corner the market. I don't think anyone's crazy enough to try to do that because it's just too insane. It's a wild thought, dude. De-alpha them? Oh my god. Oh my god. With non-alphas? Yeah, you could yeah, that's fine. Yeah, either way, it's the same thing. Either way, you're like, yeah. No benefit? There is no benefit. You're just, yeah, better off. Yeah, it's just to be evil. Use buy it. Okay, that's revolting. Someone said what? That is so fucked up. Someone said, what if you bought a 2012 a 2012 Charmander or Charizard and then bred that with a female Alpha Char? That is revolting. I don't want to think about it. What is wrong with you, chat? That's so fucked up. That's so insane. This is the That's so fucking insane. That is actually, like, you're destroying his... This is the equivalent of if you, like, took the Hope Diamond and, like, threw it through the Mona Lisa. Like, you're, like, destroying history, like, for the sake of... Saved. We're saved. Who cares? Who cares about a stream crash if we're saved? Who gives a fuck? For those who don't know, when stream crashes, the only annoying thing is when the YouTube stream crashes with it, because then I have to like restart. I have to like make a new YouTube stream, and it's super annoying. But if the YouTube stream doesn't crash and it reconnects, we're saved. It doesn't even fucking matter. We're chilling, okay? So we're saved. Don't worry about it. We gotta get this Moltres, man. I wonder if I should Churu Robo. I wonder if I should start popping lures. I kind of want to. Do I get any extra spawn here for popping lures, chat? Off the top of your head, chat? Anybody know? Do you get, like... You already get Pinsir. Do you get, like, Munchlax or, like, Snorlax here? No Snorlax. I can't even see for Munch. I doubt it. I don't think so. Is sound cutting in and out? Yeah, let me know. Let me know if that's happening. Ledian. Dude, yeah, if you have 2012s, even like 2013s, 2014s, Pinsir is lore. I'm pretty sure I got Pinsir here before. But maybe I had like a few steps left over from lore. I kind of doubt it. No, you're right. You're totally right, Tom. What about Hera? Does Hera happen here naturally, but then you have to lure for... Okay. Okay, you know what? After thinking about it, I think I am going to go ahead and start popping lures on the Ironman. It's going to hurt my Pokeyen stack a little bit, but it's going to give me Pinsir encounters, which is kind of nice for possible shiny chance. And it should give me slightly more encounters per hour in terms of, you know, it speeds up my pace. It'll speed up my pace of my chance of getting Moltres, which is nice by a little bit. And then we make the Pokeyen back by payday pickuping, but it still obviously eats into it a little bit, but it should be fine. So I think it's worth doing. I'm going to go ahead and go for it. Dude, we're getting gnats. It's officially summertime, boys. I don't want to buy too many. No, yeah, Tom was right. Tom was right. We'll buy 30 because that should be like 2 hours worth. We'll put this up. Over what? Over the pale? There's no way I need the Whalmer Pale that often. We'll do that. Pop that. Sure, I should have counted my Moltres re-encounters. What did I start the stream at, chat? How many encounters did I have at the start of the stream? Because this is all I've done, I'm pretty sure. Pop a lore. How important is finishing all the regions? It's when the game begins. To put it like bluntly. But finishing all the regions is very important for progress. Dude, I procrastinated regions as well. Regions are a pain. I don't like the storylines. I totally get it. When you have the courage, when you have the, you know, the will to push through them and fight through them, you really should. They're really, really important. They unlock so many things. But don't beat yourself up for procrastinating. That's what I would say, Jolene. Gareth, thanks for the Prime, dude. The Twitch Prime. Hopefully the content has been entertaining or helpful or good background content in some way. Thank you for the above and beyond support, man. I really fucking appreciate it. Yes, Iron B. I like the name. Yeah, if you want in on the Ironman team, as long as you're online and not busy, I'll try to invite you. Let me know your IGN and chat. I'll be the trainer, Tower, and Kanto. I like the fact that you're like limiting yourself. Like, it's very fucking cool though, Washed. That is true. The early storylines are infinitely worse. If you hate storylines, you can definitely prep for like your later. Like even on the Ironman, I prepped Gyarados and oh man, it made them so much easier. Like it was insane. Yeah, Porygons. Yep. There. Yeah. I can't believe how easy my storylines were with the Gyarados. It felt so good. That is one of the negatives of Payday pick-upping with lures is I'm gonna get double battles like this. I guess it's fine. I probably just declaw in Payday. Wonder if I should. That's, yeah, 2 shinies in one day is huge, Daniel. That's awesome. Not something most, you know, players will ever get. Just EQ. It'll kill my Meowth. Okay, chill. Let me move up. I know what you're doing there. Let me move up my declaw. Even like strength will probably kill. Move Earthquake to the bottom here for now. Okay. No, I have 3 regions done at the moment, Rocco. I'm honored to hear that, Gareth. That's that's what challenge runs are all about in video games, right? Revitalizing players and yourself and like drawing that interest and making things feel exciting and new again, you know? That's what it's all about, man. And I know that PokeMMO is a grindy game and it gets monotonous. I totally get why people quit or take breaks. Like, it's a very grindy, very monotonous game. I super get it. Venus Reflector and Empoleon Charizard and the thing. Superior, it's defined Empoleon, I'm right. I think it's competitive Empoleon or whatever. Someone said that. Maybe I'm wrong. Shell Armor Torterra, Iron Fist Infernape better. I don't think Shell Armor Torterra matters. I think Iron Fist Infernape might be relevant. I can't imagine Shell Armor Samurott being relevant. Most hidden ability starters are not that relevant. Outside of Unk bias, Kanto, that's so fucking real. Like Pokemon game, I like Black and White a lot. Kanto is my favorite because of Unk status. You're not wrong. And then my second favorite, it's very close. Like it's arguably tied is Unova. Unova is just very similar to Kanto. Is the reality. I think it's aged like a fine wine, and we really realize like, oh shit, like in Unova, you can only find Unova Pokemon up until the post game, and like the way that's it's portrayed and the way it's laid out, it's very similar to Kanto in my opinion. Honored to hear it, Espen. I'm lucky people, you know, enjoy the videos, dude. Much love to you, man. Level up. If you just beat the first gym and you're looking for XP help, the problem is you don't have many options, Jiddly. Your game is Jiddly Sigma. God damn it. The best thing I'd recommend is just make sure to fight every trainer. In PokeMMO, if you fight every single, it takes more time, but it'll save you stress down the road and being underleveled. If you fight every trainer you can, you're not gonna run into level problems for the most part. I think Unova is like legitimately an amazing Pokemon game for sure. Like the species, gotcha. My top 3 favorite Pokemon are number 1 Shuckle, number 2 Rampardos, number 3 Stunfisk. Actually, they're kind of back here. You can actually hear. I have my 3 favorites as plushies, which were hard to find. Chuckle, my wife. I think my wife got all of these for me as gifts. Chuckle, Stunfist, Granados Gaming. There you go. With the PS2 controller. Rose Gaming. Yo, what's up, Elvin? How you doing today, dude? Happy to see you. Line for them to remove from the team. For the Ironman team, I'm not worried about. I won't worry about that until the team becomes full, Jake. And then it's gonna be pretty loose. Like it's gonna be like 1 to 3 months. Like I'm not like ever. Like, it's not gonna be for Crazy pull. Stunfist is a cool Pokemon. Okay, very unique typing. Chuckle is my #1 favorite Pokemon, yeah. The Legend Hunt, yeah, here we are. To each their own. It's a really unique Pokemon. I like that it got discharge access at a time where not many Mons had it. It's a good HP EV training spot. It's a really good shiny with the blue tint. One of the reasons I love Stunfist is actually because of the trading card game. In the trading card game, they released a set called like Radiant Collection. I don't know if that's right. That's a set, but I don't know if it's the set that I'm thinking of. No, I think it is. Legendary Treasures is what I'm thinking of. Legendary Treasures Radiant Collection. They released a set called Legendary Treasures, and it was all like really cute Pokemon looking like extra cute, right? So there's things like Pachirisu, there's things like Eevee, there's things like Audino, Shaman, Emolga. It's a very like girly-esque, like cute-esque Pokemon card set, okay? And for some reason, they fucking included Stunfist in that set, and it sticks out like a sore thumb, and it's the funniest troll. Look at that. This is the funniest thing Pokemon's ever done. Including this card. He's like blowing a kiss. Like, including... That's so fucking funny. This is one of the main reasons I love Stunfist. Because they included him in like a cutesy set. It's so funny. Yeah, I love this. I love this card. This is, I think, my favorite Pokemon card. I do love all the old, like, I don't collect Pokemon cards very much. I have like some, I don't really collect them. I do love all the old, like clay art cards. I have like the clay art Shuckle and stuff. But this card is it's always been so funny to me. And so, yeah. I don't know who at Nintendo was like, oh yeah, throw in a troll card into this set. Like, that's so funny. It's so good, dude. Our big trolls. It's so funny. Read the attack names. I didn't even see what they were. Okay. Mud Slap, Attract. Yeah, like it, dude. It's very funny. No passion. I'm a passionate person, dude. Yeah, that card really made me fall in love with Stunfist. That is a big reason for it, for sure. Diglett is a cool Pokemon. Really, I feel like underrated. How many people do you ask for their favorite Pokemon? How many people say Diglett? Not enough. Not as many as they should. It's a cool Pokemon. I feel like not nearly enough people like rep Diglett. What a cool Pokemon, dude. Yeah, Diglett shiny. Yup. I used Diglett on my PU stall team in Gen 9. It was a cool... Set Sand. Cool Pokemon, dude. Yeah, Diglett is a great Pokemon. See what he looks like? Shiny Diglett is so good. Let's find... Okay, we got both right here. Look at this. Look at this. Amazing Pokemon already. Amazing shiny. Insanely good Pokemon. Insanely good. Not enough people say Diglett is their favorite. I think Farfetch'd is not a boring pick at all. I think Farfetch'd is based. His whole, like, leak thing. Golurk is one of the most underrated. I love really unique typing. Ghost Ground. Really cool Pokemon. Unova has so many cool shinies. Absolutely. Absolutely. Gothita's the best shiny. Isn't it, like, barely changed? Gothita saying it has the best is crazy work. Isn't Gothita, like, barely changed shiny? Put that man on a list. That's crazy. Listcore is cool. Hard to go wrong with Listcore. What's up, Sam? Been away for how was your wedding? My wedding, my wedding was almost a year ago now. You've been away for which is totally, you know, my wedding was amazing. To give you the honest, my wedding was perfection. We actually got we had Patrouski luck with the wedding. I always say things only go super luckily or super unluckily for me usually. Our wedding was super lucky. It was it was perfect. It was amazing. We had I did a whole like stream talking about it. It was almost a year ago. Our 1 year anniversary is actually coming up, which is I don't have anything planned for it, boys. We gotta figure something out. I think we've been so busy. Glad to hear that. Yeah. I need to talk to my wife. I don't know if we have anything. We need to plan something. Must be my lucky day. God damn it. Hydreigon, Golurk, Gigalith, Liepard, Exceldor, all of those underrated shinies. I'm gonna catch this Pinsir if I'm gonna live at low HP. Sure, dude. Let's go to bro. Congrats. Being married is goated. That honestly, you're spitting facts. You get it. You're not wrong. It is goated. Don't hit my Meowth. No. Bro, chill. Fuck off, dude. Not enough people rep Spupa. I think I know what that looks like. Spupa's kind of based. You're kind of right. You're kind of right. I'll be real. Spupa's kind of based. I just don't know Gen 6 plus Pokemon enough. From what I do know, I feel like I love mons like Sandaconda. I love things like Palisand. I love Frostmoth. Glacier, is that there seems to be a lot of really cool. Buzzwole is a fucking awesome. Flapple. I don't know Gen 6 plus very, very well, but there's some that I know where I'm like, I fucking love this Pokemon. Flapple is very based. Random ass mon. I'm naming the best mons, bro. Palisand was really cool. I used Palisand as a spin blocker in Gen 9. I'm gonna spore this. Let's switch. Yeah, Tyrantrum or whatever, the fucking dinosaur. True. Some really good Gen 6 plus Pokemon, man. People meme on Gen 6 plus too much. I know of Blood Moon, yeah, because it's so good in PvP or whatever. Cool design. Hard to go wrong with that. I mean, I'm someone who stopped playing Pokemon at Gen 6 plus, right? So I obviously have my issues with Gen 6 plus, but I think it's lazy to be like all of Gen 6 plus is bad. That's not true at all. I have issues with the shiny rate. I have issues with the balancing. I have issues with the animations. I have issues with the sprites, you know, yada yada yada. The Pokemon design, there's a lot of good Pokemon, dude. There's a lot of good Pokemon, in my opinion. Goodra is fucking base. Why is this so hard to catch? Holy, but netball. This might actually be right. I'm gonna netball this. I could see that. I could see that. Medmon's also good mons. There we go. Caught ourselves a Pinsir. Added to the Pokedex. Yes, Ash. Price check. Yes. Could you link me the Pokemon? Did you whisper it to me already? You're in closure, right? You did one before, correct? Hidden ability. Oof. Are you gonna do anything with this, or are you gonna sell this as is? Just because I'm only asking because of the last one, right? I need to go heal. Yeah, Fido. What's the? I really liked a lot of Gen 9 Pokemon design, even though I didn't. You know, Gen 9 had a lot of issues. It seemed like I really liked the graveyard dog or whatever the fuck. I really liked Tinkaton. Tinkaton seems awesome. Orthworm. Sell as is. Gotcha. The Pinsir IVs, they're not good. Yeah, fucking the pig relay chonk. Severuledge. I'm gonna be honest. No, he's based. I had to like look it up to see which. Yeah, no, that's true. Really good design. Not wrong at all. There's some really cool Pokemon in Gen 9. But the legendary lures, they're just not worth it. They're just like ridiculously expensive. Wasting a little bit of an expert lore here. Okay, this Gabite. Let's see. This is tough. 31. The 31's attack is relevant, which makes this awkward. Maybe we just get rid of this for now. This is a weird... Okay, what I would do is just do this. And then have 4 of them. And then do hidden ability access. Yeah, I would say this is about right. Let's do Gibble. No. Let's do Gibble and Garchomp. Yeah. Okay. It seems like 200k is about right for this. This is male. This one's female. Got Garchomp. This one's 160. It's a lot cheaper than yours. That's tough to compete with. But it doesn't. I would go 200k. He's adamant no. He is adamant. I'm sorry. You're right. But the problem is the adamant is so awkward. The adamant's irrelevant because, okay, you're right. The reason this is a tough price check, you either sell this as an adamant Garchomp, or you sell it as a breeder where they're gonna go mixed and have Draco Meteor or Fire Blast access. So you either go adamant. We can check both. Good question. Good call. If we go adamant, you do this instead. You do here. If you're going adamant instead, you would price check it like this. If you want to sell it as an adamant member. This is not accurate to yours. Let's check Gabite. Gibble. If you want to sell it as adamant, you probably go 200k. I think that's right. Or 199, 999. If you want to sell it towards adamant, you go 199, 999. If you want to sell it as... You probably should sell it for whatever makes more money, right? You want to sell it as the IVs, as a breeder. I think you also go 199. I think you just end up going 200k regardless, which is kind of funny. Yeah, that's kind of funny. I kind of think regardless you go 200k. That's my final answer. Worth more. No, male is worth less on a Gabite. You won a female. It's close to a joke. Yeah, that is. It's really funny. It was a good call. I totally missed that, Aaron. Male is going to be worth... You don't want to trust the market 100% accurate. Male should be worth less. For sure. It should even be... Yeah, for sure. 100k. I would go like 199, 999. Yeah, Touch as a Gen 5 mostly only player. Toxtricity or whatever seems amazing. Yeah, good luck to you, Ash Cheek. Hopefully that helps you, dude. I should pop a repel. It's gonna save a few lore steps here. I usually repel here anyway. I do need to. It's 3:30 p.m. I've been live for about 3.5 hours. I need to go eat lunch. I don't want to end stream until I get the Moltres, hopefully, but I don't know if I'm going to today, which is kind of making me sad. Let me go make a quick lunch. I'm gonna go fucking make a super quick chicken in a burrito with cheese. Okay, it's super quick, like little trash lunch. And I'll come back and we'll keep going for Moltres. Okay, so I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna check the mail as well. Do my husbandly duties of checking the mail and making myself lunch. I'll be right back, guys. Give me 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes. I'll see you guys very soon.
You know you left me lonely, I could tell them the whole story. It may take a couple hours, I've got time, let's get the chapter. How could I explain the situation? Man, it's so damn complicated. Where do I start, where do I end? I should go back to bed, I'm going back to all the basics. Teaching myself now how to erase it. It's like learning a whole new language, and I'm afraid, too scared to face it. I just want consistent clarity, but all my thoughts destroying me. Some peace of mind is all I need, give peace to all of my family. I can't go back to you, my friend. Don't even ask, don't play pretend. You think you are everything I need, but I gotta leave. You try but can't get through to me. It's not you, yeah, it's always me. I close my heart to you, you see it opens up for nobody. It's been so hard to fall asleep. The weather always makes my nose bleed, makes my nose bleed. It's so hard to believe that one day I'll feel peace. I want control over my life, I want that driver's seat. Yeah, it's not you that I need. You push me down when I'm weak. You were never there for me. Go pick up your keys and leave. I can't go back to you, my friend. Don't even ask, don't play pretend. You think you're everything I need.
Okay, I'm back, but I'm gonna be yeah, elemental orbs is the item for the Kanto birds. Thank you, Tom. Right, I am back, but I'm gonna go ahead and put the webcam down for a little bit. I'm sorry, just while I eat this big fat chunkin' quote unquote burrito. Calling it a burrito feels fucked up. It's just these lunches I've been eating recently, this is just somewhat healthy. I don't even know if healthy is the right, somewhat not totally unhealthy nutrients to consume, so I have the energy to keep streaming. That's that's really what the, yeah, I basically just bought a $13 active chicken breast, seasoned it aggressively with seasoned salt. I guess I cut up the chicken breast into like strips, seasoned it aggressively with seasoned salt, and then I just reheat it in the microwave, wrap it in a tortilla, and put some Mexican cheese on it. That's it. This is eating for sustenance, not eating for pleasure. And that's good. That's probably what most of the time we should be doing, you know? Anyways, I'm gonna get to chomping. While also getting my Moltres encounters, though. Did music pause? Why did music pause at the worst time? Yeah, it did. We'll turn music up while I eat. What music? Question mark. True. No, it's coming. What's everybody up to in game, boys? What's the current grind? Ooh, Hippo's a cool one. Are you actually going for Shedinja, Tom? I didn't know that. That's a really cool hunt. Good luck, Jared Cardzy. Wait, what, Mist? How did I not hear about that? How are you gonna play that cool, bro? What the hell? Nice Nox. I love the honey tree hunt, man. Good luck. That's cool, David. $70K encounters in the Laron hunt. Good luck to you, man. That's a really cool shiny. One for Sweetcoon. Nice. Good luck to all the legendary hunters. Damn, you're brutal, Mist. I like keeping all alt shinies, but I get it. Yeah, is that on an Ironman Nox? That's either way, it's a good catch. Dude, hell yeah. A 2 times 31 shiny Ditto is like 18 mil or something. It's kind of a lot, isn't it? Let's do not of the same. I'm pretty sure like multiple IV shiny Dittos. Yeah. Did I get that exactly right off the top of my head? I said 18 mil, didn't I? I impressed myself a little bit there. I'm not gonna lie. I don't usually do that. No, I totally get it, Miss. That's so fair. This song is so wubby. I'm a little weird about it. I like all my, I love alt account shinies because I like the idea of like having alt account. Oh, I just hit it here on accident. Oops. I like, you know, like my speed. I think about my speed shiny account, right? I like valuing alt account shinies because I don't want to have to like, I don't want to not be able to play challenges like the speed shiny account just because I feel like I have to be on the main, you know, like that feels shitty, right? But it's just personal preference. There's no wrong answer. Yeah, that's totally fucking fair, Turn. There you go. I get it. Especially if you're like fighting for leaderboard spots. That's probably, you probably have, like, if you're fighting for leaderboard spots, you really care about main OT only, you know? That is true, Turn. Yeah, iron accounts. True. Dude, you know what's fucked up? In future shiny ratings in fashion contests, do you know how much harder it's gonna be to rate someone's outfit or rate their shinies if they're an Ironman account? Because that should definitely change the score, you know? The smear goal is 100 now, German. Dude, honored to hear it, Austin. Sorry, I'm eating my lunch right now, so I'm a little preoccupied, but dude, that's an honor. Welcome to the game, dude. Much love to you. I'm starting to think I got really lucky on my first Moltres encounter. This next one should be much easier, but I feel like I got that Moltres within like 2,000 or 3,000 encounters. My first one. Yes, Shadow. That's been confirmed. The fucked up thing is you can't really Kane almost. It is word of mouth, for sure. Yeah, my rate for Moltres should for sure be 1 out of 500 right now. I need to check at the beginning of the stream how many encounters I had. Fuck. Do I have many crash outs in the Ironman series? Fuck. I appreciate it, Guy Germ. Hopefully I don't have many crash outs in the Ironman. I crack out a lot on stream. That's definitely real. Oh, that's fair. Yeah, that's valid. Thank you. That's fair. Yes, sincerity. Yeah. What's your IGN sincerity? I mean, the best, I'm gonna be honest, that'd be a little, I can try to, like, maybe some, but that, yeah, that's kind of, that might, it literally would just be silly. It's just silly. You're not wrong. Iron, gotcha. The best way to see the stats of my Pokemon is definitely by watching the series itself, not to, you know, just to see how I got each individual Mon, the IVs of each. But I can try to show off, like, if you want to see like the Meowth, or like, I don't know if I can show off like every single, you know, Mon that I have, but like here's like my Meowth, for example, 25 plus attack, 25 plus speed, adamant. Had to breed it. Yeah, that's honestly not wrong. If I'm doing something I don't love as much, like if I'm not shiny hunting, not grinding, if I'm doing something like PvP or storylines, there's a definitely an increased chance of, well, to be fair, it's harder to backseat someone shiny hunting than it is like, and I still get backseated on, you know, like people love to, and I get it. I make guide content, and I think when you make guide content, it attracts a type of person who wants to correct and like wants to be the most right, which is like honestly a good thing, a good trait to some extent. But the problem is you take it too far, right? Like if you go to like a, if you're like watching my guide and you're like, hey, I think this thing should have been this, that's totally fine. If you're watching my stream and I'm like doing an activity, like you should be doing this, like that's weird, you know? It's the same of like, if you're like in college and you're talking to your friend in class, and in class you're like, hey, I think maybe you should say this on your paper instead of this, that might be fine depending on your relationship. Probably is. But if you like are at a family barbecue and you're like, yo, dad, why aren't you barbecuing like this? He should fucking smack you upside the head with a wooden spoon. Like it's fucking, don't be that person who backseats like every area of life. It's good to try to want to improve and be improving it. I get it. One of the things that I struggle with is trying to improve too much and like constantly trying to get better and critique, and it becomes a problem. Like socially, it becomes really silly. So you don't want to, you don't want to do that. To do it to yourself. Yes, that's the other that's the other problem. Is there's a lot of people who backseat constantly are doing it as a projection because they're unhappy with their life and they're unhappy with how things are going for them, and they don't know how to take control over that. So instead of just improving their life the way they should, they backseat others constantly. You're 100% correct. That is, yeah. Okay. It's an interesting, like, backseating is an interesting psychology memer. It's similar to like backseat driving, right? That's where it comes from, right? Anyways. Cool as me. Yeah, there you go. So true, Robo. I was about years ago. I'm not sure. I don't know if dungeons have been scrapped for raids, or because I love the idea of something. I'm with you, Menace. I love the idea of Abundant Shrine like being available year round. I'm really shocked a piece of content like that isn't available year round. I feel like it would go really well. All my family members are backseaters. Unironically, fucking uncles, aunts, mother-in-laws, the older boomers love becoming backseaters. It's genuinely like a really common thing. The worst offenders of backseaters often are boomers because for many psychological reasons they're kind of done with their life or bored with their life or don't know how to change things, or are maybe in an unhappy marriage where like divorce wasn't part of their life growing up, so they don't even consider it an option, so they're like mad and angry and grumpy all the time and unsatisfied, and like you get a lot of boomers who like it's kind of, Karens are just backseaters at the end of the day. Like, that's, do you want to be a fucking backseater Karen chat? I don't think so, right? So let's nip in the butt while we're young, you know? While we're still backseating over PokeMMO. It's better if you backseat me over PokeMMO than go backseat your waitress or waiter on how they serve you water, you know? Like, let's nip it in the butt now, you know? It's an important thing. I'm guilty of it too. I'm not trying to, you know, this is not a blameless game or whatever. Sacrifice. Yeah. I always try, like, it's a constant, as someone who's married, it's a constant battle of like, okay, like, does my wife want, when she's complaining about work or complaining about, because the thing, does she want me to give advice or help, or does she want me to, or does she want to just rant? You know, sometimes I just want to, you know, you gotta communicate and be like, hey, like, do you want advice right now, or do you just want to, like, you know, let your feel like. Anyways, don't try to fix it. It just depends. Most of the time, probably 80% of the time, usually correct. Don't try. Yeah, it just depends. No, trust me. I feel like I consider myself a pretty emotionally intelligent guy. Not to, you know, but I'm much more emotionally intelligent than I am intelligent. So that I think there's a trade-off there, you know. Anyways. I feel Marshall people love to tell you your job. Nothing like tilts me more. I think it is like the grossest kind of arrogance that is really common right now is people will observe someone doing their job for the first time in their entire life and immediately presume they know how to do it better. And they're like, oh, this is so inefficient. Why are they doing it this? Oh, obviously this way is way better. You have to trust, like, there's probably a reason why, right? Sometimes there's not. Sometimes things are silly. Sometimes it's dumb bureaucracy, blah, blah. But like, you know, a lot of times or whatever, like, there's a reason why it happens. There's a reason why that system is the way in place, and yada, yada, yada. You go, yeah, sorry, she sounds like a dickhead. It's not wrong. Nothing yet, Kuroshi, but I did fix up the smear goal. My parasite is level 90 now, which is nice. So when I re-encounter this Moltres, I should be ready to catch it this time. That would actually be tragic. I'm not gonna lie. If I fail the Moltres again, I might be a little bummed. That might get me a little bit, boys. I'm gonna be honest. If I fail the Moltres again, that would hurt. I'm not gonna lie. Would hurt. The job was 90% telling idiots not to take off their paintball mask. That is so. And they would get angry about it. I would lose my mind. I'm really lucky. I always say my job is like hilariously a decent amount of like customer service, like answering questions and helping people. But I have the massive privilege of working a somewhat customer service job where if I want to, it's not good. You shouldn't really. It depends. I can kind of tell some people off. You know, like if you work like at a paintball place or at a Target or at like a, you know, clothing store, you can't tell off the Karens. I'm really lucky where I can say, fuck you, you're a piece of, like, I can ban them, like, you're being, you know, rude, blah, blah, blah. I'm really fucking privileged to be able to do that, you know? I couldn't do a job where I have so much respect for those who have the patience. That's crazy, man. They were escorted out. That's horrible. It's just so insufferable. I might be kind of closer there, yeah. For my colleagues, good. Especially like at paintball, I feel like that's the environment where like you guys should be able to like kick people out and lay down the law, and like it's a safety concern, legitimately, you know. Forever 21, the people that shop that, not that I actually have some clothes that I love from Forever 21. So I'm not trying to. I think I have like a shirt, one of my favorite shirts. But I could definitely see that, dude. Like, oh, what a clothing store to like have to deal with some insufferable people. I could totally see that. Dude, yeah. Customer service is a different beast. So much love and respect to anybody. Really cold take. Sorry to glaze, but like, love and respect to those who work customer service jobs. It seems like some of the days seem so bad. Yup, it's all. Yeah, you got it. You get it. Super Zone filled 2. Sure you don't go blind. Yeah, no, yeah, not to. Yeah, No, for sure. Banger song. I love it. Oh, get him. Good luck to you, Loud. Good luck to you. That's, hey, whatever rules work for you, Washed, I think that's a cool way to do it. Do you mind if I ask what your... I love hearing the different rule sets. What are your personal... I also like, as long as you disclose, like, yeah, I have an Ironman account, my, you know, I allowed trade evolving, or, you know, certain things like that. I know someone talked about, I think that's cool, you know? Someone brought up like a bronze man mode where they could like, they could sell things on the GTL for profit, but they couldn't buy things. I think that's like not an Iron Man, 'cause it's like half the, but it's like a bronze man, which is also a cool, like you should do the things that, yeah, or like a group Iron Man, like a duo locked, like that's really cool. There's no going wrong there. What are Phenos? I think if you Google Phenos explained PokeMMO, there's a video on it. I don't have a video on it, but someone else does have a great video on it. PokeMMO. I think Gixbergen has a great video. Yeah, I'll link his. Yeah, those who want to do group Ironman, dude, hell yeah. Yeah, allowing the GTL for RP, I think that's totally. I like locking mine, but that's a totally fair stipulation, you know. Yeah, I think that's an awesome rule set, Washed. I think challenge accounts like this are all about finding the rule set that's the most interesting to you and just making it clear that, you know, that's awesome, you know? All the good yeah, that's fucking cool, man. That's awesome. That's a cool, like, because you allow that stipulation, you can go for that above and beyond, you know, goal now because it's more plausible. But it's still a crazy goal, even given your rule set, right? That's all, which is awesome. On silly things, good luck, good luck. The whole beauty of challenge account, different stipulations breed different goals and different styles of play. That's exactly what you've done, which is awesome. You don't need 2 times. This is a great question, Todio. You do not need 2 times 31. You do really want 25 plus. That, like, 25, especially 25 plus attack really matters. 20 plus is a little too low for certain gyms. I don't think you need 31s for like the most general, maybe for like the advanced Jimmy runs, but yeah, your Pokeyen money making strats are probably the least interesting on an Ironman because it's payday, trainer reruns, Jimmy runs, you know, and then like maybe selling items like battle tower maybe, but like yeah, that's really yeah. What is Diamond Progress? What do you mean? Find the chicken. We're working on it. We're working on it. Yes, you can, Yogi. I found Moltres here yesterday, for example, this exact spot. In PvP, that is really true. If you need high speed, never go cheap on speed. In PvP, that is 1000% true. In PVM, it's less true. What's the challenge? Gotcha. The challenge, Ironman, it's really simple rules, honestly. No trading, no GTL usage. I think I can link you the PokeMMO Ironman episode 1. If you want to see, you don't have to watch the full 3-hour video. Don't worry, that would be an insane ask. But if you want to see the full, like, rules explained in detail, the first 5 minutes of this video, just 5 minutes. If you want to, obviously you don't have to. If you want to, the first 5 minutes here explain the basics. Yeah, the 3-hour watch is actually mandatory. Yeah, you are forced to. True. Just be outsped. Yep, speed's the most important thing in Pokemon for sure. In PVM, it shouldn't pop up as much. Like with Jimmy runs, you're like setting up Tailwind and stuff, you know. You're locked in, no way out. You click, okay. If I watch all of both episodes, if you watch all the entire episode 1 and 2, you're Giga Chad. That's it. Or just stream. That's so fair, dude. From Germany, dude. I appreciate you, dude. For 5 years, that's like since the beginning, man. Much love to you, Hollow. I appreciate it, dude. I understand having the time to watch a stream is quite a. I totally get it. Quite a privilege, man. Have a good day, dude. Much love to you, man. Cool. We're bringing up Kool-Aid Man. Holy. You know what? Bring back the Kool-Aid Man in 2025. Maybe that'll fix us. Maybe that's what we need. I do think the way to get heat train is perfect balance. Like, I wish they could do this method. I think, yes, I agree. I think they're going. As someone who like really doesn't love raids and like heat train was super difficult for me, yet it's really well balanced and really good for the game. I think they're going to do more stuff like that in the future. I think they seemed to hint at the idea. The devs talked about many months ago not really liking roaming legendaries. They talked about how like they weren't happy with the system. The old Capri Sun commercials. Yeah, I'm glad. I was a little worried. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure how long I wanted episode 2 to be. I'm gonna be honest. I really wasn't sure. I'm really honored. I just kind of with episode 2. I really just kind of recorded the big clips and just I try to be as succinct as possible. I really do. I don't want to just like pad out the time, right? But I also don't want to like if anything, I still feel like I'm discluding stuff in those videos. Like I try to like if episode 1 was 3 hours long and I didn't record a single clip for the Hoenn storyline. Like that's fucking that's insane, you know? Like episode 2 seems better in my opinion. I'm really happy to hear that. I really like appreciate that. Actually like makes me so happy to hear. I was paranoid that episode 2 was worse. Each episode would be twice as long as the previous one. Yeah. I've been really worried because episode 1 has been like in the algorithm and like getting a ton of views. I think episode 2 still got really good views. I don't want to be unappreciative, but every series always falls off. It makes it from episode 1 to 2. I get it. And then what was I gonna say? I think it makes sense. Episode 2 is just getting less residual views as episode 1, which makes sense in a lot of ways. I hope it catches up. Obviously, I want it to be, you know, a successful series. But I also understand, like, you have to finish episode 1 to get to episode 2. So that's like, you know, 3 hours. I think that's like a lot of it, you know? People can't watch episode 2 until they've gotten episode 1 done, you know? While playing. All right, if people I'm happy to hear that. If people like the long episodes, I love doing long form content. I really do. It's honestly like something I feel like I can do well ish, you know, hopefully. I really do want genuine feedback like that. I really appreciate you saying the recap at the end was a little too long. That's so fair. What the other teams, yeah, I really like. That's the feedback I want to hear. I think when I think back, that's so reasonable. You know, the outro, the end recap was like probably like 12 minutes or some shit. That's so fair, you know. And I'm here for it. I think it's really important to consume a fair amount of long form content and a little bit of brain. You know, you gotta have a little bit of mix, you know. I really like long-term series on YouTube. It's definitely something that I have nostalgia for and I really enjoy. But not even just nostalgia for, like in terms of like, oh, it's just, I only enjoy them because of nostalgia. I think I just enjoy them. I thought about, I will have to see. I think I'm just, right now, I'm just trying to record the big moments and like, I'm just trying to make it really, right now it just feels very natural. So maybe I shouldn't mess with it too much, you know? We'll have to see. Right now recording for the Ironman feels very natural where I'm just like recording the clips where I feel like I need to like talk about a progress point, you know? Yeah, I really enjoy that kind of thing, Broby. I need to be more on top of Pheno calls. I will. There was a Pheno call at Route 5 at 3:39 p.m. that I missed. really happy to hear that, Fire Devin. Server. Dude, yeah. Honestly, like, starting that run on my main account was a huge, you know, jump for me as well. Like, I'm glad people liked it, you know? I got you, Omega. I got you, dude. How did I not realize, Omega Washed, you're also Omega Keg? I know the Omega Keg name. I didn't connect that you're also, okay, good to know. I'm glad are you Omega Keg on YouTube? Is that the meme? How did I not, or did you change your name? Because I know Omega Keg, but I don't remember Omega Wash. Okay, good to know, good to know. Well, I can make that connection. Yes, it's very possible that naturally happens, Firewall. The episodes are going to get shorter, though, right? Like, it's going to get harder to make content other than, like, this, you know. Hey, yeah, grinding again, guys. No, you're total. The episode that, well, the funny thing is this episode, maybe I should just do, like, YouTube. I probably should do YouTube shorts covering certain parts of the series or certain clips, like encountering the Moltres, for example. That'd be cool. Gotcha, Omega. The XP, so it's honestly, it can be tough, Max. The biggest thing so I've done a lot of storylines recently, so I can speak to this, Max. If you fight every single trainer in the storyline, you should be about good. You should keep up. But the problem is, I think a lot of Pokemon players, I know that I did this, right? I'm not trying to, I was guilty of this. We all grew up playing Pokemon, skipping every trainer possible because they would give so much XP, right? So you were never under leveled in a traditional Pokemon game ever, right? In PokeMMO, it's a bit more difficult, but if you fight every trainer in the storyline, you're good. But if you skip the trainers, like you would in traditional Pokemon where it's way easier, you're going to run into a problem, right? That's the main thing. Now, thankfully, if you get stuck, you can just train. Once you reach like the victory roads of whatever region, you can train there. And once your first storyline is also your most difficult by far. If you beat the first storyline, every single one after is going to be so much easier. Dude, it actually, like, as someone who just made that mistake, it's so fucking painful, Malcarp. I'm so sorry. It's actually, every PokeMMO player experiences the accidentally evolving a Meowth, and it never gets any easier. It's so fucking painful. Oh my god. I almost wish there was, like, a way to, like, select an option that's, like, turn off, you know, evolutions until I say so or whatever. Dude, it's crazy. It's crazy to me as well, Twig. PokeMMO has really had a renaissance ever since the game is more popular than it's ever been, like, by far, right? You can tell that via, like, YouTube numbers, Twitch numbers, etc. It's really fucking crazy. The game had a big renaissance in, like, well, the game was Omega dying back in, like, 2015, 2017 era. If you played back then, you remember. And then, like, I think in 2019, they translated the game to Mandarin, and that it blew up in China, which was huge and really good for the game. And then in 2021, I started making content, as well as a bunch of other amazing streamers and YouTubers and content creators. And I really do think content, like, really revitalized the game. And not just, very, very clearly, not just my own, like a bunch of other people. But, like, because, like, prior to 2021, if you wanted to watch a PokeMMO Twitch stream, it was way more likely no one was live. No one was streaming the game. No one was, like, making videos. Like, there was no content about the game prior to 2020. Very, very little. I shouldn't say no. Very little prior to 2021, right? And due to all the streamers, all the content creators, like, I really do feel like we've been lucky enough to revitalize the game and put Pokemon in a sort of a renaissance period from, like, 2020. It's a good game. It just didn't have guides and didn't have resources, and that really hurts a game, you know? I think the community has just been all bouncing off of each other, and, like, it's just been it's been a perpetual cycle upward since 2021. It's been really fucking awesome. There's been some stumbles and, you know, updates that were controversial, like the Darkrai Orb, and, you know, it's not all a constant stream of upwards. That would be disingenuous, but it's been pretty damn amazing, you know, pretty damn good. Electrite orb. A lot of people just don't like that you can only permanently own a Pokemon at all. A lot of Pokemon trainers like to permanently own their things, which I understand, that I empathize with. But the only way they were ever going to implement an uber tier powerful Pokemon like Darkrai was via something like that. So it was either don't implement Darkrai or implement him and have it be like that. And players had been asking for an uber tier Pokemon for so long, to the devs were like, okay, we'll try this, and people hated it. So I was like, okay, well, this, yeah. Yep, I wish the devs were more open too, but it's tough. I understand. I think that they really want to keep their identities pretty private and hidden, which I understand. Yeah, there's a lot of, yeah, for sure, Shadow. There's a lot of problems. Uber tier legendaries are one of the most discussed things in Pokemon, or PokeMMO. We've discussed it to the moon and back. With Gen, that's why I did with Gen 6. I did a video recently-ish, the past month or two, I think, called Everything We Know About Gen 6, and it covers all the details. Couldn't they just ban it in PvP? These are the, so this is the, we do this every stream is the problem. And if you don't know, I've spent like thousands of hours thinking about this. I'm a loser, I'm a nerd. I sit inside and think about this. So don't let me make you feel like, you know, the level 0 argument. Okay, I'll go through the, we just did this yesterday as a problem. The level 0 argument is add all legendaries and don't care about balance because I like legendaries, smiley face, okay? The level 1 argument is ban them all in PvP. Surely that will solve the problem, but it doesn't because there's a market, there's PVM, there's raids. It creates a whole, it's only half the game, right, is PvP. The level 2 argument is, okay, add uber legendaries, but ban them from PvP and all relevant from PVM, but that also doesn't solve the problem because then you have a bunch of players, casual players who don't know that about the game or don't read up on the forums or all the update logs who are like, hey, I just spent hours farming for Mewtwo and now I can't even use it anywhere. This sucked. They complain, they quit, they cry on the Reddit, they cry on the forums. Like, there's just no, the problem is there's no winning. There's no way. It's been talked about and thought about for thousands of hours. Is just almost no way to implement uber tier legendaries in a balanced way into an MMO Pokemon game, right? It's really, really hard. I look at what they've done. They've been adding a bunch of weaker legendaries. The strongest one in the game by far is Zapdos, and Zapdos is debatable. People are about like, oh, why don't they add legendaries? They're not that strong. Yes, they fucking are. They're designed to be broken. They work in a single player experience for sure, but there's a reason why they ban them all in PvP and normally blah, blah, blah. There's no market in traditional Pokemon, okay? The thing with Zapdos is Zapdos literally broke Cynthia and Morimoto refights and broke like certain PVM challenges and broke like Zapdos is really fucking good. Like Zapdos is not broken in PvP. I would probably, I'm not qualified to say that, but I would guess. Statistically, it does not seem broken in PvP, but Zapdos is so much better than so many. Zapdos is the best electric type by far in PVM. It is not close. It's not even remotely close, and it's not fun. You don't want a bunch of broken legendaries in Pokemon where it's like, all right, time to go do a raid. Let me go grab Mewtwo, Darkrai. Like, you just grab your 6 Ubers for every raid every time because their pure power is so strong. It's not fun. It's not it's not interesting. It's not innovative gameplay. You don't want it. It's not good. Yeah, legendaries are just designed to be fucking broken. They're just insane. Yeah. That's what we get rid of. I don't understand if I think I'm misunderstanding something. Key. We need a sync for legendaries for sure. I don't think breedable is the right thing, but I could be fly happy. I could always be wrong. What do you think is a better electric type in raids? I'm not the most experienced in raids. I totally could be wrong. Manectric is so much better. I disagree with plus. If we're going the plus route, I would say Ampharos is better than Manectric. You hit the damage cap still, but you have the bulk. Manectric has no bulk, right? I would say Ampharos is better than Manectric even. Yeah, you don't want the frail Manectric with no bulk, but still do damage cap with Ampharos. And that's the thing with Zapdos' typing is so good, you know? Does not matter. It matters sometimes. In the damage cap, I feel like you're doing it anyway with Manectric verse. But it's a good argument. I feel like you're doing the damage cap anyway. But the damage does matter. I shouldn't say that because it can matter in certain situations. But I'd say the both matters as well. I would say Zapdos is better than. I don't know. There's a fair argument for if you have a hyper organized team. I could see Plus. But the problem is Plus has I've done raids where we had a coordinated team and we still had issues where like a Plus Pokemon was killed at a bad time and it wasn't on the field with another one, so then we lost the damage bonus, which totally removes the entire benefit of them. The Plus strategy is very cool. But it's not as I think Zapdos is the best all around better. Manectric might be the best damage, but I don't know if it's the best electric raid Pokemon. But I could see an argument for Fly Happy. You're very good at the game. You're very, you know, I could see an argument for it. I'm not trying to say your opinion is totally invalid because I think you have a very fair argument. I would respectfully disagree the same way you would respectfully disagree, right? Yeah, I think that, yeah. Everyone about plus one, about minus? True. Spitting facts. Shadow. Actually real. Actually real. That is true. Like Ampharos just surviving one hit is so important. It's like so good, you know. I don't know if I've used Electivire in raids. I can't, so I can't speak on it. Does it Electivire? I can't see. Doesn't Electivire have like speed problems? So maybe it's fine if you're tailwinding. I haven't used Electivire in raids, so I can't speak on it. I honestly don't know. It's the best. Yeah, no, nothing but respect to you, Fly Happy. I think that's so fair. I think there's a real case for the best electric type in PokeMMO being Rotom but it's because he can take so many forms, so it's kind of cheating, you know. I think Electivire is properly rated in PvP because it's dog shit. Not that I wish it was. It's a really cool Pokemon. It's like that in Luxray, the slow, hard hitting, physical electric types. They've just never been good because they just have wild charge. They don't have a good stab move, right? Like I think Mon's like that. They're really beloved. Yeah, they're cool as fuck. They're very beloved. I'm pretty sure Electivire is like untiered, which is why I feel comfortable. 406. How do I can't. I don't have my fucking deck, so I can't see. Yeah, I think Electivire is literally untiered. So I don't know if he's overrated, but something like Luxray. I'm pretty sure Luxray is like untiered. Yeah. That we can at least see. It was untiered. Aerodactyl, that's a good. Aerodactyl's such a weird one, dude. It's so crazy. Magnezone. The problem is Magnezone's so slow. Like 60 base stat speed, so slow. It's a good. I love the DPS of Magnezone. Don't get me wrong. Analytic Magnezone is so fucking cool, but it can't survive in raids. Magnezone's not really a good raid mon because it's just so slow. Like too slow even for like Tailwind and stuff. Maybe if you Scarf it, but then you're like missing out on. You could use Magnezone in raids probably at certain raids, but for some it's gonna be too slow. Rotom is really good. Trying to heal. Good discussion, chat. Good discussion. Dude, I don't even have those spooky or menace. I called you spooky, like the spooky hands. That is, dude, the two vanities that I am sad I never got, the spooky hands and the hockey mask. I love limited holiday vanities, and I think they should stay limited, and it's what makes us yearn after them. And it's okay to yearn after a vanity and never get it. I think that's a cool thing, you know, even though it hurts for us selfishly, but you know, yeah, the hockey mask and the spooky hands are very fucking cool vanities. But here's Jolteon. I think Jolteon might be UU, but so Jolteon's one of the funniest PvP Pokemon. Yeah, UU. Jolteon's one of the funniest PvP Pokemon in Pokemon history, okay? People fucking love Jolteon, okay? But it's not that good. Jolteon was one of the worst Pokemon held in OU for years just because people loved it. Heatran is currently permanent. Yeah, it's not even going. It's currently. Good question. Jolteon sat at like a 40% win rate but stayed above the usage to like 5% or 4.8 or whatever. It stayed in OU because people used it because they just loved the Pokemon, but its win rate was like 38 or 40% and like an incredibly low win rate, but people kept using it simply because they liked it. It was very, and that nostalgia for it, because like back in the day, back in like 2013, 2015, a good Jolteon with HP Ice was like one of the best Pokemon in the game. Holy, it was so like, it might have been the most desired Pokemon in Pokemon at one point. Like the most desired comp was back in 2013, 2015, you wanted an HP Ice Jolteon to take care of, because it countered Gyarados and it countered Salamence, which was huge back in 2013, 2015. Pikachu might either be untiered or NU. Pikachu is actually one of my favorite comp Pokemon. Really fun Pokemon to use. It's usually either untiered or NU. You can go check PvP stats, head over to NU and search Pikachu. Almost a 50% win rate, almost 4% use. That's pretty good usage. Not life orb. Light ball Pikachu with extreme speed, vault tackle, fake out does like crazy damage. It's so fucking cool. It's a Pikachu is a hyper offense Pokemon. That's so much fun. Yeah, for sure, JFM. For sure. 100% agree. Espel's a cool Pokemon. It is very good in PokeMMO because of the magic bounce of hidden ability. Would you rather have Darkrai as an orb, having your boss and ability to wild battles with it, not getting into the I'd rather have it be. Good question. I don't know. The answer might be have it in my box. This is like, I empathize. I think the Darkrai orb was the best way they could have implemented it, but I understand all the unhappiness with it. In Pokemon, you're taught to catch them all. You're taught to own all your Pokemon. You're taught to collect. It's a collector's game, bro. And I feel like PokeMMO has always respected that collector's element of it. In PokeMMO, more than other Pokemon games, it's actually relevant to like collect Pokemon and complete the Pokedex, right? But Darkrai, you couldn't keep. It felt shitty, right? I usually use my Darkrai orb to flex. I'm sure at one point, we have to just wait. We have to wait for the right raid or the right piece of content where Darkrai is meta. I think that will be when it's like, oh shit, hell yeah, you know? Brian's been good today, Brendan. What's up, dude? Dude, yeah, Voltacle Pikachu. Pikachu's a really fun Pokemon to use. And a pretty cheap Pokemon since it just needs a light ball instead of like that's a really relevant part of raids. Like Pikachu's item slot, because there's items, what's it called? Yeah, I heard that, I forget which raid was it, Fly Happy? I heard about that once, but I forgot. It's really relevant that Pikachu has to use Light Ball or whatever versus like Specs or, you know, etc. That's crazy, you know? I'm on channel 3 right now in game. How's our orb work in the short? To TLDR it, Darkrai orb was a temporarily given. It was given during the Halloween event. You would do a bunch of raids and you would eventually beat the Darkrai raid. And if you beat the Darkrai raid, you would get the Darkrai orb. And the Darkrai orb TLDR lets you spawn him for like an hour or two, depending on how many times you spawned him. It lets you spawn him in for an hour or two, and you can adjust his IVs and like make him perfect and use him for an hour or two, not in PvP, but in any other sort of PVM context. There you go. Pikachu is very one-dimensional. He just needs to outspeed his opponent and do damage, and if he can't do that, he'll just die. That is so true. Slacking raid. That's cool. I like that. Yeah. I want to see more things where Darkrai is meta. I think that'll hopefully make people less unhappy with it. I don't have a jump stone. I really want one. That was a limited time thing for April Fools. There's a lot of limited time stuff in Pokemon, which I honestly really like. There's an element of like FOMO and like some cringe stuff. I get it, which is not good, but I feel like having a bunch of it's very old school MMO to have a bunch of limited things, you know? I totally get the argument, Loud. The problem is that there'd be too many casual players who don't read update patch notes and don't read the forums who would be really upset. Here's the brunt of it, chat. If you could permanently own Darkrai, but you couldn't use it in any fight except for like wild single encounters, global chat would be filled with, why can't I use Darkrai? How do I use Darkrai? It would be nonstop. It would be never ending. We've had mechanics. I unironically think the devs balance certain things around making players less annoying, which I kind of respect. Like there's a bit like it's kind of based. I totally get it. You can use the orb whenever. I could hop my main account and use it right now, honestly, you know? I think the best argument is like, oh, just let Darkrai be like show offable in like your secret base, or put it in your like home next to your mom, similar to Zekrom. I think that's fine. But yeah, like I think that's fine. I loved one of my favorite things ever. Oh, don't even get me started. When Primeape was meta, it made me so happy, dude. That was legitimately one of my favorite moments in fucking PokeMMO ever, man. Oh my god, it was so good. Oh, in a nutshell? Yes, yeah. I get it. Is there any way? I don't really think so. That's the problem. Like it's a tough spot, man. Yo, what's up, Spidget? The rate of 36. How was what do you guys like? Toxic Tuesday on Tuesday PvP streams? Do a random battle. This season is just so bad. I can't. I'm going for not Zapdos, Moltres right now. So I gotta do my. I'm gonna get Moltres right now for Spidget. Fuck. Okay, unfollow, unsubscribe. I'm sorry, guys. I lied. Yup, I gotta do my apology video now. Super sorry. That's tough. Yes, when the more I love that. One of the coolest things about PokeMMO, I'm just glazing, but like the more raids that come out, the more chances for niche Pokemon to become meta. And I think that is the coolest part in PokeMMO is when things like Primeape, a fighting type with Vital Spirit, became meta at Darkrai. I was like fucking like the fucking end of the Breakfast Club. Like yes, like I was so fucking happy. I was so fucking hyped when niche shitty untiered Pokemon become meta for something. That's my shit. I as an old NU player, it's my favorite thing in the world. It makes me so fucking happy, dude. I want to see dumb shitty Pokemon be usable at certain have a niche, you know. Ooh, is there an alpha spawn? That'd be huge if that's. Let me go check my Discord. I see one ping. There is an alpha spawn. It's been a while. Alpha. It's in Johto. Oh, fuck. Spidget raids me at 4:20 p.m. Coincidence? I think not. Interesting, Spidget. Interesting. Johto tomorrow? Yeah. I need to do the Johto and Sinnoh regions. I did 3 regions in 2 weeks and that already fucking sent me over, bro. Metapod meta in raids? Okay, we can only make so many things meta. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I finally got to pay off the loan sharks due to the Gamba. What, you're cooked? What the so wait, also I saw a really funny PokeMMO forum post recently where someone was like, hey, like, is it okay if I loan someone money, like, will I get banned for RMT? And the devs, I'm not joking, I think Bearminator was like, no, you won't, don't worry, we're very familiar with loan sharks in PokeMMO, there's so many of them. I was like, what? This is like a super common, like fuck, man. Like, we're fucked. We're fucking doomed, actually, if it's so cooked, bro. Holy crap, man. I 2 years ago, I was like, if we get loan sharks in PokeMMO, it's so Jover. There's 2 in the Discord. And now it's like 2 years later, it's like, oh yeah, loan sharks are a mainstay company, a mainstay part of the PokeMMO economy, dude. No. This has to be a joke sentence, right? I actually can't believe, dude, PokeMMO is in its loan shark era, and I can't believe it. There was a forum post recently, I'm repeating for stream recap. There was a forum post recently where somebody was like, yo, well, I'm getting a loan from a friend. Will I get banned for RMT if I'm getting a loan in PokeMMO? And the dev staff member, I guess, straight up said, like, no, don't worry. We handle this all the time. Loans are actually very common in PokeMMO. I'm losing my... I said 2 years ago, if loan sharks become a thing, I'm going to crash out. It's actually crazy. Someone in chat just said one of my friends rented a ghost costume for a month. Rented it for what? To flex? We're cooked. We're actually, what are we? This is the same as like paying for your DoorDash via 4 payments with Klarna. But we're doing it in a video game, which is somehow worse. That's actually unbelievable. That's so crazy. 10% interest per week. People, dude, I feel like new players are gonna get fucking loan sharks. They're gonna fall into so much PokeMMO debt. They're not gonna be able to climb out, bro. This is fucking holy shit, dude. We're squid gaming ourselves in fucking PokeMMO, dude. It's cooked. We're gonna squid gaming, bro. I see nothing wrong. Can I rent your shuttle? Hell no, dude. Not the temporary drip. If I had an IRL friend that was renting Gucci, I would not be friends with them anymore. That would be the final. If you want to fucking own it more and more power, I'm not a guy who really gets brands, but I buy expensive cardboard. I buy Magic the Gathering. Same thing. I'm not trying to, you know, I understand the empathy between the. If you want to own Gucci or like, more power to you. If you're gonna rent Gucci, that might be where I draw the line. That's actually kind of crazy. Can rent a Darkrai, or you can rent Darkrai. Darkrai is the loan shark, the original loan shark. Wearing the ghost costume, grinding money the whole month trying to pay him. That's too fun. Imagine, that's so funny. Imagine renting the ghost costume so that you can wear the ghost costume during your 2 hours a day where you can play the game, so that all your time you're just doing your gym rerun and just to pay off the ghost costume. It's so crazy. It's so good. Yeah, like imagine like, yeah, someone like renting a ghost costume while payday pickuping. This is the equivalent of someone like renting like a fucking Ferrari while like taking it to McDonald's. Like, what? Like, come on, man. Like, not to like flip, but like you shouldn't just make financial. That's crazy, man. We're unhinged. Ghost costume while payday pickuping is so wild. Oh man. Renting expensive cardboard to participate in a tournament at least has practical use. And if someone was renting Magic cards just to show their friends in a binder, I would flame the fuck. That would be unhinged, right? Like renting to serve a purpose makes sense. Obviously, renting a car is not. Renting is a fine concept. You could even stretch it to like, if you want to rent a Ferrari to drive it to work to impress your boss, to give yourself a 1% increased chance at a raise. I can be charitable and see arguments. Maybe this guy was renting the ghost costume to. Oh, what if he's Giga Brain? What if he was renting the ghost costume to get into like a high level team? That would be so fucking funny. If he's like applying for like one of the best teams in Pokemon, he's like, yeah, I got this ghost costume, 20 OT shinies. They're like, whoa, this guy's been playing. This guy must be really rich. He's doing really. Yeah, that's so fucking funny. Oh my goodness. Ugh, that's quite good. You're kind of not wrong, but I think it wouldn't be crazy to consider someone's ability to make Pokeyen as them being like good or bad. It should be considered like a little bit, but I understand if that's like the make or break. I get it. What if he rented the ghost costume for 1 month to rent it out for one? Is this what's happening to the game that I love? We're gonna start like sub-renting vanities for profit. Bro was like renting the ghost costume for like 1 mil a month, but then renting it out to someone else for like 1 mil a week. That's so fucking crazy. Oh my god, I love it, dude. Oh, I love it, dude. I love MMOs. This is the shit that can only happen in MMOs. Like, so funny, man. Give people a market and let them run free and just see what the fuck happens, because some funny shit will happen. Oh my, it's so good. That is so good. Setting up rain with War Turtle or Blastoise could definitely be a relevant strategy for sure. Loan flipping, yeah, real scum. Dude, we're getting some crazy. Hey man, a profit's a profit. That's oof. Good, y'all. Good luck, Dan. Have fun. I'm subletting Leppas. Oh man, dude. Yeah, dude. Please, Brewski. 26k quick powder. How long have you been in the Ditto mines? What? How is that possible? Are you buying it? You got to be buying it to collect, right? There's no way you could catch all that. That's got to be like, yeah, but yeah, okay. That's still insanely impressive. That's crazy. Yo, what's up, Kibbs? How you doing? Yeah, I really want to see Maltrace today before the stream ends. Hopefully it goes okay. 1 times 31 dittos. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do with them? That's so crazy. Yeah, the guy is in chat right now. That'd be funny. That's fine. That's so good. PokeMMO is evolving, bro. We're renting vanities. It's crazy. It's been sent. Let me see. Alpha Grand Bull and Johto for anybody interested. I cannot get there, unfortunately. Yo, this is... This is so real. This is so dumb. This is so good. It's so good, Brewski. You can rent skins and CS Super much the same thing. Yeah, that's equally unhinged. Maybe I just don't get. Maybe I'm just boomer. Okay, maybe I'm unk status. I think if you're renting, that feels crazy to me. If you rent a, I don't know. Maybe that's peak personal joy. I don't know, man. Maybe that. To me, it's like, I don't know. It's funny. It's funny. Boomerang. Maybe that's the meme, dude. Grand Slim Alpha. I love Grand Balls of Pokemon. I wish it was better. Our souls. Fuck, Squizity. Can I park my... You can't really... There's no item bank in Pokemon. You can't put them like in... That was discussed for a while. To have some sort of like item storage in Pokemon. I don't think it exists to my knowledge. You could trade them to an alt account, but that's about it. Might as well just burn the money. I don't know. At the end of the day, like... People can spend their money on what they want to, as long as it doesn't hurt anyone else and it brings them happiness. More power to them. Like, that's so fair. But it is a little funny to me. The idea of like renting Counter-Strike skins. If you're like renting them for a tournament, I could even understand that, but it's still a little funny. Like, there's like certain, I don't know. Keeping the item. Scamming is against the rules in PokeMMO, so if someone were to try to like just scam someone and keep the item, if there's evidence of it being a loan, they will get banned and the item will get returned to the player. You have to make sure you document, like, hey, I'm trading you this as a loan. Yeah, like if you are loan, you have to like be like, hey, just to make sure I'm trading this ghost vanity to you as a loan item for this amount of money, and there will be this amount of interest if you don't pay, blah blah blah. Like, that's, you have to make it really clear. But if you do that, it's pretty, yeah, that's true. Silver, you're not wrong, Silver. That is fair. That's fair. I don't know. At the end of the day, is it really wrong to spend your money how you want to? As long as you're not hurting anybody. I'm gonna laugh at it a little bit, but it's not really wrong, you know? It's a little funny to me, but the perception of joy is different than actual joy too, though. I don't even know if it is. I don't know. I feel like that's the whole meme, is if you brainwash yourself into the perception of joy pretty much is real quote unquote joy. What's the difference, you know? There's like short-term versus long-term benefits of joy, for sure. I think story items on alt to be your best bet, yeah. 40 more encounters from all trades. I hope so. I appreciate the... You rejoined us, renters rejoice. Well, the whole meme is things like drugs, they have the long-term consequences, right? But the short-term joy is real, it just has consequences, right? That's the, yeah. It's not that joy is fake, it's just has a lot of consequences. Unlike, yeah. Could be drugs. Yeah, but the joy is still real by definition, but it's just has a lot more consequences. You could fucking, you know, do X drug or go throw a football, you know. Not the, you know, throwing a football is pretty fun. Comparing the joy is pretty funny, but I love playing catch. I don't know, man. I do love playing some catch. Yeah, that's so real, Menace. Well, same brain activity, yeah. But fulfillment is a different. Maybe that's what's being. Which, you know, I want to just talk about what's being talked about, not like be semantic about words. There definitely is a difference of fulfillment and happiness, for sure, or fulfillment and joy, for sure. I'm mostly the payday stuff. There's no money goal right now aside from being able to fund breeding good Pokemon. Or Sauce Simon, or you could do drugs and then play catch. Yo, that's the fucked up part about drugs is that don't get looped on that path, okay? But yeah, that's the meme. They enhance the coolest thing, aka throw in football. Shut the fuck up, Shadow. No, that's so fair. Yeah, it's just long-term versus short-term happiness for sure. I mean, I always bring up the example, like I've always struggled with weight, right? Like short-term, food make me happy. Long-term, if I was like fit and like strong, I feel better overall and more sustained. And I've been there and I've gained the weight and I've lost the weight. So a good example of just short-term, long-term happiness. The joy is still real, but it has more consequences, you know? Anyways. Yeah, I would definitely agree. Drugs have zero satisfaction, for sure. That's a great way to put it. Zero fulfillment, zero satisfaction. It is the perfect example of short-term, unfulfilling. Yeah. Yes, give me your IG. If you're online and unbusy, give me your IGN OB CD, and I'm down. Funnily, I've never been into darts. I have a friend. I know a friend's stepdad who's really into darts right now. I don't know much about. I never really got into darts. Actually, drugs are awesome, and everyone. True, Danny. True. Oh, sorry. I don't know if I finished my answer, Purple Jet. The main thing I'm doing right now is hunting for Moltres. It's a 1 out of 500 right now because I already encountered it once, but I failed it. It was out of my control. I didn't have the proper Pokemon. So I'm going for Moltres, and I'm just payday picking on the way on the Ironman, so the Pokeyen's relevant. And the like any berries or anything I get as a pickup item is nice. The free Ultra Balls are super nice. You can pick up a lot of UK women if you're good at darts. Why would I want to pick up a UK woman? Okay, I'm sorry. It's a little too. I'm just kidding. I'm happily married, but I shouldn't meme on them just because that's not fair. Base. I'm sorry. I'm just being. It's really fun. I can see that. A friend's stepdad, cousin's mother's associate. Real. Oh. Yo, speaking of the 700k barrier, not even is it just 700k Pokeyen like breached, it's 700 clean, which is beautiful. That's very fucking nice. Oi, bruv. True. What were my previous clips, chat? What was this clip?
This has to be a joke sentence, right?
Oh yeah, this was the lone shark. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. By the way, there are barely any UK women here. They're all foreigners moved over here. You're so lucky, dude. Congratulations, man. Move this over here. Yeah. Normal team candies kind of suck for me. Rare candies, you can farm them via pickup if you're like on an Ironman or whatever. Main account, you just farm Pokeyen and buy them if you want to do that. But like on an Ironman, you can pick up them at Dragon Spiral Tower and like there's other locations, but that one for sure. What's the turtle in the top right hand corner and how do I add it to my game? Turtle. That's Shiny Shuckle, bro. The best Pokemon in all of Pokemon, okay? Unfortunately, so what the turtle is, that's a beautiful question. The shiny shuckle, it's a theme for the encounter counter. If you want the encounter counter, I can link you that. The theme itself is actually sadly no longer available. It's like a limited edition. Not really. The download link just broke. I think Teenums even took the video down, actually. I was looking for it the other day. I couldn't find it. There was a custom theme made by Teenums. But here is the guide on how to get the counter, which is the important part. I'm known for Moltres Slotty as a good fire type raid Pokemon. Yeah, pick him up. Yeah. If you want to pick him up, you can for fun. You can do it. You can go to Dragon Spiral Tower and fish Super Rod there and payday pickup. Off like Dratini's and stuff. The Discord, yeah, it should just be, the Discord should be linked below every stream and every, it should be in the description of everything. As well as, but there's a lot of links. It can be hard to find. It's just discord.gg/Patrouski. I'll get the link as well. This should be a permanent link, I believe. I'm just no. That's not what I was. You're not stupid. There's a million links in my descriptions. They're kind of annoying to navigate between. I totally get that. Gotcha. OB Iron OBCD. Oh, I just paid it a horde. Oopsie. Dude, people are... I love how active the team chat is. In the Iron team chat. It's so sick, dude. Did I get you, Iron OBCD? There we go. Oh, it's supposed to be obesity? What the fuck? Oh, man. Iron HQ Hirsch. This is obviously meant to be something. Sorry, I was lazily saying your name back. Was there a price check? Did I miss a price check? Night Shadow. Price check. The nice Snivy. The timid, modest, rash, usable. Not ideal, obviously, but like very usable. No hidden ability access, but you could put it onto it. Let's see what this would be. Boom, 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 boom. Boomba. Any particles? Anything I'm... Okay, there's one particle. Dark Crystal. Particles up by a little bit. Like 50k usually. It should depend on the particle, but... 444k is the... That's crazy. But that's relaxed. Mild is your best comparison because it's kind of the same thing as Rash, where it's like kind of usable, but they're at 540k. Excuse me. Now the real test is this hidden ability one. This one's hidden ability access is only 620k, so I doubt it's worth to use an ability patch on yours, but I want to double check. Yeah, it's not. It's 116k. It's pretty cheap, but you're not gonna make more profit. It's not worth it, I don't think. Unless someone was, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't use a patch on it. I would sell it if I were you personally. I'd probably just sell it for 530k. Undercut these two ones essentially. You do 535. As long as you're under these two. I like 535k. Pretty easy price check. Unless I'm missing something. We scroll down. Streamer stands alone, yet he opens the GTL. Yikes. Am I right, chatters? I know. Very cringe. Very cringe. Yeah, hopefully good luck to you, chat. Hopefully made a profit on it. That bold one's my OT if you want it. Yo, based salesman in chat. Yes, Griffin, give me your type your IGN in chat. And make sure you're online and unbusy, and type your IGN, and I'll try to get you. If I'm an Ironman account, would you recommend making a entirely new account or making my third on my account as there was non-flexible this year? I would. This is a great It's actually a great question I haven't really talked about nearly enough. If I were to make an Ironman account, would you recommend making an entirely new login, or just make it as my third character on the current login because there's a no conflict of interest with the shared account box? Yes, I would make a whole new login. I think just because you might get accused of cheating more, or there's more temptation to cheat, or there's more possibility to cheat if you have a shared account box with other characters. Also, you get less benefit. You want your account box empty. Plus your donator status from your main would also transfer over. True. You want your account box to be empty on your Ironman, so you can actually use it as a box. So yeah, I would definitely, it's a great question. You definitely want an Ironman account to be the only character on a login, ideally. So I would create a new login for sure. Great question. It's actually like pretty important, you know? If you already like didn't do that or whatever, like don't stress it. Don't feel like you have to make a new account. It's okay. If you want to, go for it, but like I think that's totally, you know. Custom encounter counters could bring in a lot of money for PokeMMO if the devs implemented an official counter with the possibility to buy decorations for it. You're a fucking salesman. Or like I shouldn't be giving them any ideas. It should just be a client function. But imagine if you had to buy an item, like an RP item, that was an encounter counter. I don't tell the devs that. Don't give them that idea. It probably should just be a free, you know, client function. But if it gets them to developing it faster, that's fucked up. No way Pat just put that into the universe. I'm sorry. I want an in-game encounter counter. If they here, this is my here. One sec. Yeah, I totally agree, John. Now, okay, since I said that, this is my promise to you guys. If they implement an RP encounter counter item, I will give away a handful of them. Because if that becomes a thing and I am somewhat responsible, I will give some away on stream. Okay, that's my promise to you, because I'd want as many people to have them as possible. Yeah, go ahead and clip it. I will give like at least 5. I don't know how much they'll cost. I'll give some away if they make them. That would be too silly willy. And on this day, RP sales spiked 100%. Yeah. Oh man, I'll make that promise to you guys, because I would want as many people. That would be like the new item to give away. Oh my god, my fucking IRL group messenger chat is going crazy. What are they talking about, bro? They're talking about Crystal the monkey. Does anybody know what Crystal the monkey is? The like monkey actress? That's what my wife and our IRL friends are discussing. In case anyone was curious, anyone was interested. The Meowth IVs, yes. It's adamant nature, 25 plus to attack, 25 plus speed. That'll get you be able to one-shot most items with choice band. Good question. Good question. What comes first, in-game encounter counter or GTA 6? That is truly the battle of the ages. Holy shit. Encounter counter. There is a DLC, no, that's not the right word. There's a mod you can install, a plugin you can download. If you Google how to get, I can link the video. If you Google how to get an encounter counter PokeMMO, it comes up, but I can also link the video. Here is the video. Choice band stops thief, not pickup. Pickup still works. Pickup items go straight to the bag. Thief items go to the Pokemon. Great question. I make that mistake, dude. It's crazy how often I've made the mistake. Yes, yeah. It took a while, flash tag. Chat, fuck. Chat, I swear it's a coincidence that I get 10% kickback from all the encounter counter. No, that's not what's happening. Okay. Fuck. From all the encounter items that exist in the shop, that would be, oh my goodness. Best way to implement such a thing business-wise is to first let everyone enjoy the encounter counter, then you introduce custom frames, then a Pokemon of choice next to it, and finally a particle every time it goes up. You introduce it step by step. That's fucked up. Instead of like releasing like, oh, here's like the Absol frame, which has a particle and has the... No, you introduce like 3 separate parts that all cost like 500 RP. That's fucked up. That's so messed up. Yeah, you get them hooked first. That's so fucking... I hate that. Gamers know how to fucking get people addicted to microtransactions more than anybody. It's actually so... Every gamer should just be a business major. But it's sickening. It's so fucked up. Oh, man. Every MMO player, rather, should be a business major. There you go. But it's fucked up. Professor Chaos. Yo, real. One of my friends asked me for movie recommendations. One sec. I'm gonna tell them I have so many. I'll come back to this in a sec. How have I been live for almost 5 hours and no malt trace? I'm trolling. I'm DMing Rach. Oh, guys, it's my IRL friend. You would never have IRL friends and be a PokeMMO streamer. Let's be honest. I'm DMing Rach right now. RP item lets you count your encounters. Give me 20%. 3,000. Make it the first ever 3,000 RP. That's the item. Oh my god, that'd be so fucked up. How many encounters? I've not done that many encounters. Not really 5 hours because stream crashed earlier. Oh, sorry. 4 hours and 50 minutes. I don't... It crashed for 2 seconds. That doesn't really count as... You've actually only... The stream's only been back up for an hour and 50 minutes, so that's all that counts. What the fuck? You guys don't have lunch breaks? Does that... If you gotta fucking... Come on, bro. We're getting nerd emoji'd. We're getting nerd emoji'd for sure. What's new? What's new? We're used to getting nerd emoji'd, chat. Don't worry. Don't worry. I haven't said this at all today, guys. It's fucking important. If you've been enjoying the content, if the stream has kept you entertained, made you laugh a little, made you cringe a lot, or taught you something about PokeMMO, if you can afford it and you enjoy the content and you want to keep seeing it, the best way to support Twitch Primes are free. If you have Amazon Prime and you link it to your Twitch account, you can actually support the streamer. Take $5, yoink, out of Bezos' pocket, yoink, put it in mine, okay? It's fucking awesome. Twitch Prime, super help. Twitch subs, gifted subs, if you want to like be a fucking really big hoo-hoo, you know, fucking gifted subs are very cool. YouTube memberships, if you want to be a cool duder, and then PayPal/Venmo donations, great way to support. Everything's appreciated. Thank you, Red40, my favorite color of food dye. Thank you, yum 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 yum. Thank you. I appreciate the Twitch Prime. Hopefully the content has been helpful in some way. I appreciate the fan support is the only way I'm able to do this. So that genuinely, I know I'm memeing, but thank you guys. It's fucking crazy. I love this game, dude. 3 times on carp, dude. Hell, shiny 3 times on carp is crazy. That's amazing. Wow. Oof. Let me go back and check. I could go check the stream. I could have just checked this earlier. The stream recap first clip. How many encounters did I have? Let me go see. I'm at 11,837 now.
All right, very good. Go in the pair.
11,339. Oh, I've literally done almost exactly 500 encounters in 2 encounters. That's funny. I just loaded I'm into account. I can make another account with the name. I just deleted it. Oh fuck! This is a really good question, and I actually don't know the answer. I've done this exact same thing before. I don't know. I wish I actually don't know the answer. It's a great question. Encounter counters are just really fucking helpful in PokeMMO. I love them. I wouldn't be as into shunting as I am without encounter counters for sure. All right, we started today at 11,339 encounters. So this encounter right here is encounter number 500. This marks the average encounter rate of which I should have gotten my re-encounter on Moltres. Now that's average. I was well below average on the first encounter, so it honestly makes sense that I would get a little unluckier. You know, RNG evens out, so not a big deal. You know, I'm at rate essentially. If I go double rate, then we can start talking. But hoping I can get this Moltres soon. I really wanted to get Moltres on stream today, but it might have to. We'll see. Let's go see my Pokedex. Can I see Moltres in the decks? Usually that will give you extra information. Yes, I still have the one. You can always double check. I still have the one in Kanto. Was there a price check that I missed? Tom price check. I said 1 minute ago. What you got, Tom? The mod legendary locked. Fuck. The re-encounter. Sorry if you already know this, but the re-encounter is 1 in 500. The first encounter is somewhere around 1 in 5k. Man, sometimes I have a troubleshooting guide for the encounter counter. Encounter counters just break a fair bit, which is one of the main arguments why I want an official one, you know, in game. What's up, Tom? What does dance your name? What does it mean? Shift, thank you for the follow, dude. What's up, man? Okay. Is this an actual price check, Tom? I think it is, probably, right? Yeah, probably. This is actual probably price check. Static ability. Hatched. Static. EV trained. 5 times 31. And for the tier 1 sub, Shift, I appreciate that, dude. Cool name. Shift the links. Hopefully the content's been helpful or entertaining or, you know, some good second monitor content. Hopefully it's been positive to your day in some way, dude. Thank you for the above and beyond support, man. The Twitch sub. Thank you, man. Let me see what this is. 31, 31, 31, 31, 31. What does it say? 31, 31, 31, 31, 31. 21, 21. I see the problem. Because it is like a relevant species. Oh my god, why is there no examples? It can't be worth this much. There's no way. But it is a relevant species. This has got to be overpriced. A difference? Not really. It's a good question. Not really. There is a particle. Oh, there's 2 particles. Good call. It's price checked. This is why prices are complicated, because there's so many things to miss, so many things to check. Yeah, thank you. I think this is a really okay. The cheapest one's been up for 20 days. This is obviously overpriced. A good 5 times 31 Pokemon is usually around 1.2 mil, right? We know that because like Superior and stuff like that. A little cheaper actually. God, Superiors have gotten so cheap actually. What the fuck? Okay. I think I would probably go 1.2 on this. Wait, how much is Hal right now actually? Just kidding. Hal is worth way more than I expected. Wow, this has gone up a shit ton. I have a few of these on the main account. That's gone up a lot. Wow. Wow. I would go like 1.5 to 1.7. I think is, yeah. It adds in some of the value of the particles, but not fully. What's the moveset? Pulse, Gem, Discharge, T-Wave. It's like a fine. I would go 15k tops. True. I would go, yeah, Superior was like exactly German. I would go, so don't care. It's, yes, particles, I agree. The problem is you still have to factor in, usually when I'm price checking a particle mod, I include about 50% of the particle value. That's what you want to count in. You not the full value would be ridiculous, but you want to count in like some of the value of the part, because it's not worthless. It is relevant. You calculate some of the value. I would go 1 point. Also, this market is just so barren, right? I would go 1.5 to 1.7 mil on this, in my opinion, and see how that sells. And this will be a long list for sure, because the particles. Weirdly, it's a Pokemon. I wonder if you could like try to sell it in trade chat. I wonder if you could like try to sell it in trade chat and like see who would bite. Because it's one of those mons where it's like you don't know you want it until you like it's like a luxury mon. You put it in front of someone's face and they're like, ooh, that looks, I kind of want that, you know. But I'd probably just put it in. I would probably go 1.5 to 1.7 mil, and then you could go lower. I would not go lower than 1.2 to 1.4. That's like, I wouldn't go lower than that. Yeah, it's the fact that it's vastly cheaper than all the alternatives, even if the alternatives have been sitting for so long and they aren't correctly priced, is still relevant to like the perception of the bot. Yeah, 1000%. I would go 1.5 to 1.7, and then you could lower it down to like 1.2 to 1.4. I would not go lower than that. Good question. Yeah, what's the King's Fall? I don't think it's worth that much, right? Maybe older particles have gone up more than I realize. Yeah, that makes sense. Did I attack a horde? Yeah, I did. Why do I always payday the fucking ×5 horde? I do this all the time. Would you be able to use prismatic pearls to acquire hidden ability Excadrill? Yes and no. Like on an Ironman, on a main account, the problem is you need a hidden ability Excadrill to suck it off of, right? Prismatic pearl only switches what Pokemon has the hidden ability. You have to suck it off of something. Same way, hey, yo mama has to suck. I'm sorry, that's not. Nobody deserved that. Anyways. Yeah, what's up, Sloth? How can I help you? Yeah. Notify that for the particle, but people are looking for it. People who are looking for an Ampharos might be able to pay a little more because, oh, it's like a flex Ampharos. Yeah, exactly. People will pay to flex a particle. I mean, okay. Dude, something kind of under talked about. This is brought up because someone like maybe asked me to price check an Ampharos. It was an Ampharos with like 3 different particle effects. I think it's not talked about enough. Usually when I price check a Pokemon with a particle effects are weird because not everybody wants them. Like if it's a base Pokemon with a particle effect, you're just using it as a breeder. Sure, price check it like as follows. So like, what's the cheapest? Like, we were just looking at the like Kanto Friends, for example. What's the cheapest one? You would just price check it as the egg group or gender and yada species, yada yada, right? But something not talked about enough is that raid Pokemon with particle effects, I think, should be more valued because people are willing to pay more to flex a particle in front of others, right? When you have like a Ampharos, like Ampharos are being a raid Pokemon, right? If you have a raid Ampharos and it has particle effect, I think it's worth more because you're flexing it to 3 other people in the raid every time you do a raid, right? That's even more valuable to me than like a payday pickup Meowth having a particle effect because you're the only one who ever's going to see that, which obviously that still is valuable and stuff, but I think it's cool to factor in. Usually when price checking a particle Pokemon, I include about 50% of the particle's value. The one we just went over was an Eerie Howl, for example, particle effect. We can actually go to the GTL and look up Eerie Howl. This is a perfect representation, actually. So an Eerie Howl Pokemon, a Pokemon with the species with the particle on it, is 215k or so. But an Eerie Howl particle effect, right, is around 580 to 600k. That's really close to my rule. It's about 40% or so. but it's very close to my exact rule that I use. Whereas if you're selling a Pokemon with the particle effect, I calculate about 50% of the value of the particle itself. It still is, it does increase, particles do increase the value of a Pokemon, but not at like full value. That's just not, it'd be ridiculous because you have less choice. If a particle is already on a Pokemon, it's on the Pokemon, you have less choice over, right? But if you're buying the Eerie Howl straight out, you can like put it on things, you have more value, you have more flexibility. It's like buying an RP voucher versus buying like shiny charms or donator statuses, because the RP's already been used and consumed to buy something, versus if you buy RP vouchers, the vouchers should always be more because they offer that flexibility, right? Thank you for the $10. No Moltres yet, unfortunately. And for the $10, Conrad. Also, after you dropped like 120 yesterday, dude, holy fuck. Thank you for the 10 as well today, man. Hope you're having a good day. Much love to you, man. Happy to see you. Yeah, no Moltres re-encounter yet. We've done about 500 encounters. We spent all of yesterday getting a Smeargle ready for this fight and leveling the Smeargle and getting that all prepped. So we should be more prepped for the fight this time. On the Ironman account, you're gonna take multiple characters on the Ironman account for things like the starter. I don't know if I know what you mean. Like have 3 different characters? No, just the one Ironman. That would be a different. That would be like a solo group Ironman at that point. Just haven't found it yet, Bastion. No, I love old school RuneScape. Still my favorite game of all time. I don't play it anymore. I don't have time for it. Even like on the side, it's just too much to focus on. Even though it's a pretty AFK game, you know, I get it, but a lot to juggle. This is my first region. If you only have one region done, your best money making method probably isn't gym reruns. I'm gonna be honest. If you only have one region done, it's difficult to figure out what your best money-making method is. I don't know how much Pokeyen you have. I don't know what Pokemon you have. I don't know what Pokeballs you have. The thing that I would recommend is I have a video called 63 moneymakers in PokeMMO, and this is going to go over a bunch of different money-making methods. I also have a playlist on my channel called PokeMMO money-making methods with over 100 videos. If you're looking for money-making methods, there's so many videos, so many resources out there. It's much better to check those out versus asking on the live stream, because you're gonna be able to give yourself a better answer knowing your account better than I do, right? You'll be able to give yourself a better answer than I could, right? Just use the resources. What's your Nuzlocke? What's your account name, Jake? Special attack, low level in Kanto. Low level, I don't know. Special attack, there's a gloom spot in Kanto, correct? There you go, Jake. Now you're higher ranked. There you go. If anyone wants to be, I need people to invite. Did I go to the PC, not heal, and then come all the way back? I was the first nerd emoji. There you go. Yeah, of course. Hopefully that. If you have any questions after the video, let me know, Baki. There's a gloom spot on one of the islands in Kanto for special attack. Bond Bridge, grass, Kanto. That's the one that, but it's not low level, unfortunately. Low level spots are hard. If you really, I don't recommend it, but you technically, there's like drowsy hordes to the east of Vermilion. Hello? Drowsy, here we go. There's ×3 drowsy hordes to the east of Vermilion. I wouldn't recommend it because it's like, you're only gonna get 3 special attack EVs per horde. But technically it's there. I don't even know if I have an Illuminate or a Swarm. I surely have a Swarm Pokemon. It's pretty common. Dude, that was really, yeah, I was really bummed when they shut down the PTCGO. Yeah, that shit was, I don't know why they did that. I used to play a lot of PTCGO. Thankfully, I took a long break. So by the time they shut it down, I wasn't even, my account got hacked and somebody stole my cards, which sucked. Had a lot of good cards on there. But that, I don't know. I didn't play anyway anymore, so it was kind of whatever. Maybe Drowsy. Did I lie to that guy? Maybe Drowsy is a Spadef. Oh, I'm so sorry if I can't even check because I don't know if I can. Double check your Pokedex. I'm so sorry if Drowsy is Spadef. He might be special. I would assume special attack, but he could be Spadef. I think Hypno is Spadef. Back on Kendra. Popper, I might have misinformed you. Chat, thank you. The Drowsy is Spadef, so you actually don't want to go there. I'm really sorry about that, Popper. That's on me. Okay, the other alternative I can think of, Popper, is you could go to Ghastly in Lavender Town. You could go to Lavender Tower, and it's gonna be really annoying. You could go to Lavender Tower and go up to where you can like eventually horde and do that. Abra is attack, but you can't really get like hordes of that or whatever. Anyway, I'm trying to think. You could do ×3 Ghastly hordes in Lavender Tower, or single encounter, do a little bit of Ghastly, but that's gonna be brutal. Usually you save EV training until after a storyline, but I understand if like it's fun. I get it, you know. Do you know if I'll get banned if I make a Python script to farm encounters? 1,000,000%. Yes. Hey, if I make a bot, will I get... Sorry, not to... But yes. Yes, you would 1,000,000,000% get banned. 1,000,000,000,000%. Any automated play, any like... Yeah. Anything you can do that makes the game easier for you that isn't an official thing or officially endorsed. Like anything on the forums is officially endorsed by the like the client customization. Anything that you can't create things. I feel like a lot of coders. I respect the ingenuitiveness. What's the word? Ingenuity. Macros are also not allowed. You can't use any nothing that's automated clicks or automate. I think the general rule of thumb, you could always make a forum post or check with the devs. You can double check to make sure if you're ever worried about something. Generally, you can like rebind stuff, I believe, obviously. So like generally the rule of thumb for MMOs is 1 click per, or 1 input per 1 action. This was the case with RuneScape. So like with RuneScape, you could use AHK to rebind things as long as it was 1 click per 1 action. But a lot of players would keybind it so like pressing Z once was like 3 mouse clicks or some shit, and that's how you get banned, or like 2. You cannot have 1 click equal 2 action. That will almost always get you banned in most video games. But it depends. I think WoW, it's like fine, weirdly, right? Like it's weird. Yeah, one action to one input to 1 action. Yep. That's the general rule of thumb. But it can depend. Yeah, there are weirdly the big MMOs are mostly Final Fantasy 14 and WoW, right? WoW is the example I was pretty amazed to learn that WoW had macros when I played Classic WoW for the first time. I was like, what the fuck? Really? That's so weird. I would have never expected that. But I guess because the games are more mechanical, so it's like presumed to be okay. It's interesting to me. Versus like older school MMOs, like PokeMMO, old school RuneScape, you know. What's up? Welcome home. How was work? I mean, WoW players don't even play the game. They're just playing 30 of us at the same time. I mean, honestly, based. So some of the most fun I ever had playing video games, yeah, the Mrs. Home, was fucking farming Ungoro Crater while playing Peggle on fucking the WoW ad. Because Classic WoW had an add-on where you could just play Peggle in the game. It was so fun. It was so good, dude. Oh my god, I loved playing Peggle while playing Classic WoW in the same client. It was so... I really liked Classic WoW. It's really set, like, I really do. I've said it before. I never played World of Warcraft prior to Classic WoW, and playing Classic WoW on release, I get it, man. That shit sparked something. That game was so good. But the community really drove me away. I'm gonna be honest. Like, the community for Classic WoW is really bad. It's really sad. Like, the game is really good, and they have good taste, and they're totally correct. But damn, the community is like There's a reason why their brains are still in like 2004, you know, which is sad because the game's really good. And I get they have a point. Not obviously not everybody who play, you know, there's a lot of amazing people, but you know, not everybody, but just had a lot of rough experiences in like global chat, which is, you know, every global chat sucks, to be fair. I may have gotten mind controlled a few times over at Booty Bay, and even that, like, I don't. That's fine. It tilted me and annoyed me, but at least I respect that more than annoying conversations in chat. That's kind of based, Bastion. I kind of, honestly, maybe I would love that. Part of me, I might pick up Classic WoW again at one point. It's very good. Yeah, that makes sense, Jake. I just keep global chat closed. Yeah. I get that, Robo. I'm lucky I never got to that point playing Classic WoW, but if it's one click but aim the click, so that's two aiming your mouse is an action, right? That's a yeah, that would be banned. You cannot have one macro that moves your mouse to a specific part on the screen and then clicks. That's you might not even be able to have a macro that moves your mouse to a certain spot. But that's like multiple movements. I'm not sure. You could make a forum post or ask the devs. Yeah, it is. I've been really, dude, honestly, I've been so happy to hear channel chat been popping off. Channel chat was actually like really popular back in like 2013 PokeMMO, and I think it really fell off. Channel chat, like no one really used it from like 2019 to 2023 maybe, and then I feel like over the past like year or two, channel chat's been kind of back, dude. It's kind of awesome. Channel chat's kind of back. It's just a self-imposed challenge. There's no like official game mode, unfortunately, Shinuri. So it's totally self-imposed. You basically just make a new account, a new login, create a new character, and name it like Iron Shinuri, right? Name it Iron Shinuri, and then you just tell yourself, okay, no trading, no using the GTL. Boom. There you go. Yeah, the dream is that it one day becomes an official game mode. That would be amazing. That would be. I've been wanting them to add like Nuzlocke, Ironman, like there's so many cool official game modes they could have that I really think would like send Pokemon to the stratosphere. Any Pokemon game that has an official Nuzlocke mode, I feel like is gained so much popularity based off that fact alone. Maybe I'm Cope, but I feel like that's a big deal, you know? Having a official where like the game restricts it is so good because it's so good for validity. Wow, that's a fucking old school Shmeemer. I forgot about that. I think I was done. That's a good I'm probably never. It's a good question. I have something called my Ironman goals. If you want to see like a full, I'm gonna flash them on screen for a sec, but if you want to see a full you know, detailed explanation, sorry if you've already seen it and I'm just repeating the same shit to you, Aaron, but here is a list of my Ironman goals, for example. If you want to see a full breakdown of all of these, you know, I strongly recommend watching my Ironman series that actually goes over all of these and talks about them in detail and, you know, go like, oh, here's the plan, here's why I need this goal, yada yada yada. Yeah. Stream is so boring, he's showing his goal screen. Yeah, no, that's, I kind of thought it might be the case. Sorry about that, Aaron. The account, I don't know if it'll ever be, you know, what MMO account is complete, you know? We're at 68 people in the Ironman team, which is kind of, that's probably bigger than a fair bit of teams in PokeMMO now, which is kind of crazy. But obviously it's anybody that's an Ironman can join, so. I don't know if that'll be, I love the idea, obviously, BBN. That would be really cool, because it would make it so previous Ironman could, like, switch over. That'd be amazing. But I'm trying to think. But people can still mail stuff. Like one of the problems on my account. So I wonder if I wouldn't be considered. I'm actually pissed. Some dumbass. I'm gonna be mean about it. Fuck you. I'm pretty sure I blocked this guy on other accounts. This fucker sent me stuff, and I don't touch it. I don't redeem it. But it pisses me off that he did this. So because of this fucker, fuck you, by the way. I'm sorry. Fuck you. Because of this fucker, I had to ask people in my chat to spam my mailbox. I told everybody in chat, don't send me anything, or it'll like hurt the validity of the account. And that fucker did it, so fuck him. I'm sorry. Can't you delete it? I could withdraw the Pokemon and like put them in my PC and then release them, but no, I can't without, yeah. Not really. So the goals are separated into like short term, medium term, but not really chronological. I wouldn't want my whole thing planned. I would get a little bored, I'm not gonna lie. There's no way to block mail, which sucks, without blocking the person. Release the mons. I don't want to ever touch them. I don't want to, because the problem is I'd rather have them on the PC. If I claim them, it's gonna put those Pokemon as owned OT in my Pokedex, right? I don't want to touch them. Claiming them is worse. I don't want to touch them. It's not worth to claim them. GMs delete the mail? Maybe. I'm not sure. That's a lot to ask of a GM just to delete a fucking piece of mail on my account. That's a really niche ask. They might be able to, though. That's a good idea, at least. I did heat on the main account. I probably would do on the Ironman. It's an end game thing for sure. Yeah, I really wish. Yeah, for sure. Okay. Apparently water pheno in what's it called? Maybe Omega. That's so far down the road. But yeah, it's just annoying. Anyways. Are you Swarm? I appreciate that call as well. I'm pretty sure that person is also harassing me on my main account, and I'm pretty sure I have them blocked. That's what's like that's what's really annoying is like, yeah. Anyways. Apparently there is a Pheno, which Phenos are something I really want to go to. Unova, Pheno. Beautiful. Oh, there's two. Shadow Pheno, Route 13. Where's Route 13 at? I don't have Undella Town unlocked. Okay, we're on Mission Impossible, okay? There is two Phenos right now. There's a shadowy Pheno on Route 13 and a Pheno over at Undella Bay, okay? I don't have Undella Town unlocked, but I have Lucanosa. I'm going to try my best to just scoot my way over. I'm going to pop repels. I'm going to try to scoot my way over there to it as quick as possible. Try to dodge trainers wherever I can. Because if I can... Ooh, I guess, sure. Razor Claw. Okay, I need to get over this. What are Phenos? Phenos are required to complete the Pokedex. They have the chance of giving you, like, unique niche spawns. Did I just accidentally encounter... That was the Shadow Pheno, wasn't it? I just accidentally walked into it. Now, it's a Crobat, which is cool, but not needed for the Pokedex. There are certain things like Excadrill, Drillbur, Ducklet, Alomola, Audino. These are Pheno-only Pokemon, and you have to get these to complete your Pokedex. So if you ever want to complete your Pokedex, start on Phenos ASAP. It's the #1 thing I recommend. In my Pokedex completion guide, the first thing I say is start Phenos ASAP. Do not wait, because you could be sitting there for weeks waiting to finish your Pokedex, and that is nightmare fuel. I'm going to catch this thing, hopefully, and try to get over to the... This is not a Pokedex required one. You know, we can get this in other ways, obviously. I'm going to try to get over to the Undella one as well really quickly here. Oh, the Confused Ray is annoying. That's fine. Yeah, I've seen people sit on, like, a little Mola for, like, weeks. Did you get Moltres? Not yet. Not yet. We were just working on it. But the Phenos took me off. Okay, fast asleep still. Beautiful. What's up? What's up? Kind of. What's up? There is the... Okay. Okay, I did go ahead and catch the Crobat. There were no IVs, but I did get the mysterious gem cluster, which is relevant. So now we're up to 3 gem clusters on the account, which is how I get all the type gems in the game, as well as I'm able to change hidden ability access on future, or not, sorry, not hidden, I'm sorry, not hidden ability access, hidden power typing on that move hidden power, which is relevant for PvP. That's how you change that on certain Pokemon. All right, okay, let me keep going this way, guys. How to fish on the map. They're little world. I'll show you. Let's see if we can get over to this in time. Dodge these fuckers. Dodge this fucker. Dodge this fucker. Okay. Yeah, Phenos only last like 5 to 15 minutes. They're really fast. Let me heal really quick. I think I made it. Ooh. Oh, what the hell? Okay. Okay, I think I'm gonna make it. It's gonna be pretty tight, but usually the Undella Town whirlpool is like over here. I didn't see anybody over here though. I don't know where it's at. Anybody in chat coming to this Pheno and see it? I hope I didn't miss it. Let's follow the people. Usually Undella Town, not Undella Bay. Okay. I'm assuming it's a... Okay, here it is. This is what a water Pheno looks like, for example. There we go. This is what a water Pheno looks like. It's a little whirlpool in the water. Shadow Phenos are just little circles. Yes! That's really good! That's really good! That's so good! Yes! Okay, I have to catch it now. But that's so good. Lucky ass. I have known so many people get stuck on Alomola for weeks, like, and not be able to complete their Pokedex. This is getting Alomola, Audino, things like that out of the way. Super, super good for Pokedex completion, which is one of my favorite goals on the account. So that's beautiful. That is huge, man. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Shadow Charge again? Yes, dude. That's so good. That's so good. What was this clip? Oh, that's so fucking... I need to catch it still.
Okay, we're on Mission Impossible, okay?
Okay, this was the Mission Impossible. What the fuck up? Sorry, I'm also giving my... I'm also... My wife is asking me for fit advice. So I'm giving her IRL drip advice. So sorry if I'm... That's why I'm extra distracted, chat. Sorry about that. Okay. Yeah, Phenos are really important to know about. It's... Yeah. To get to planting okay. Berry farming, you can start doing it like, what is it, Mistralton City in Unova? The flying type meme or whatever. The flying type memer. There we go. Okay. Okay. Turn 6, timer ball is not relevant. Did we just ultra ball this? Did we just ultra ball? Tell her to boot up Roblox? That would go hard. Alrighty, there's the Alomola catch. That's huge. That's a huge, like, literally might be the single-handedly, like, one of the most difficult Pokedex entries. So that's massive. 31 defense as well. I don't know if I'll make a, like, competitive Alomola anytime soon, but it's cool to have. Like, defense is a good stat for Alomola, so maybe one day that'll come up. But that's huge. Also, it encouraged me to get... So much of the Ironman is, like, certain things encourage me to finally get something done that is finally Undella Bay unlocked, so I can actually efficiently farm heart scales and all that stuff now. And I can even payday pick up here if I wanted to. So it's a cool spot. Okay, sorry. She's wearing a yeah, she has a Lamar Jackson jersey. She's like, yo, how does this look for work tomorrow, sweetie? I'm like, oh boy, oh, go. She looks like the cartoon eyes, like, oh boing, whoa. Okay, anyways, let's head back to yada yada yada. Starts drooling. Yeah, my wife in a Lamar Jackson jersey. That would go pretty bonkers. Okay, back over to Kanto. I really want to get this Moltres today if possible. It's holy shit. Moxie Crocodile with even half trash IVs is insane. Yup. Yes. Giga Chad, you figured it out. Yes. Yes. Holy Crocodile is so good. Moxie Crocodile for the storylines. He like unironically solos the entire Unova Elite Four. It's like insane. He's so good, dude. Nah, no time for the Staryu. That's a mon I could farm a lot easier. It's a cool one to check, but I really want to go for this Moltres, so we're gonna go back to it. I'd rather prioritize my time for the Moltres right now. Thank you so much. Only need one KO to be unleashed. Yeah, as long as you're fast enough, you just start killing everything. Okay, fellas. Ugh, did I heal? Okay. Back to Moltres, boys. I didn't. It's too. I'm not gonna have any more caffeine. Dude, I'm pretty responsible / boomer about my caffeine. It's 5:30 p.m. That's too late for any more caffeine for me. I'll drink my Coke Zero tomorrow. Good call, good call. Just another treat for me tomorrow is waiting. What was this clip? Alright, I'm listening back to my own clips so I can organize them properly into the recap /
All right, we started today at 11,339.
I think this was the particle clip, correct?
Dude, something I'm under talked about. This is
Okay, yep. Yep. Hot water plus honey is peak hot drink. At least do like tea and honey. I do love honey and I do love tea, and hot water and honey sounds a little unhinged. But maybe I'm missing something, okay? They make caffeine free Coke Zero. That's really cool, but the one in my fridge is not caffeine free. But that is a cool. I do respect it, you know. It is a refreshing little schmemer. I named her Moxie to make sure I didn't really, I don't know why I thought this was gonna be like some your mom joke, but you just yeah, you just mean it. That's fair. That's a good, okay, based. My chat's trained me to if I see someone be like I did something with her, my brain goes, okay, your mom joke is coming. That's how it goes. I'm at the little match repel. I'm getting a lot of free match repels, man. The match repels and ultra balls have been stacking. I can control Z these fights, right? Because yeah. I'm sure I control my okay. Why'd you have to? You were an innocent chatter. Why'd you have to turn it into a your mom joke? Whatever. I guess I deserved that. I guess that was deserved. Whatever. This fucker lived? Bro lived to tell the tale? One of us? Don't convert him into a your mom joke. You want to send your mom joke more than Chad? It depends, okay? That is kind of true. He's a good viewer. Shut the fuck up. Don't convert all my viewers into toxic little schmeemers, okay? Half of you guys can be toxic schmeemers. I need some of you guys to be people who touch grass, work 9 to 5s, and have a wife and kids. Like, it has to be even, okay? We have to have a fucking fair balance, or else we throw off the force. There has to be a good light and evil. What's the dark side of the force? I don't know, bro. I don't know Star Wars. I can do both. Thank you. 9 to 5er dad. Thank you. We fucking desperately need more 9 to 5er dads in chat. We have to even out the the fucking turbo online gooners. Like we need the fucking balance, bro. It's PokeMMO, man. We need the balance. But no shine. Okay, that does not count. But I respect the optimism. It kind of like, I don't drink Coke Zero very often, but it is really good. I kind of do respect the Coke Zero enthusiasts. Every time I have it, I'm like, oh wow, this is, I get it, man. Conrad, dude. Thank you for the 10 more bucks for the super chat, bro. Thank you, man. What's what I turn up? Sorry for the question. No, dude, please. Usually, thank you, Helton, health insurance. Usually 252 attack, 252 speed, but it can depend on like what move sets. Like if you have like surf or discharge, you could maybe go 252 attack, 252 special attack, but it depends on its speed IV and such. Generally 252 attack, 252 speed. I work from home, but I'm married. That's a good in-between balance. That's honestly kind of, you know, based. Too yummy to be honest. It's a good treat, man. I get it. I respect it. Understandable sincerity. Understandable. Okay. Okay. To be fair, it might just because gamers in general are getting a little older. Obviously, there was a new generation, but like we didn't really have like 10 years ago. How many gamers were like in their 30s 10 years ago? I would guess not that a fair amount, but not like I would guess there's more gamers in their 30s now than ever. I would guess. I don't know for sure because it's been around longer. Gives more generations and more people more time to get into it, and time passes, yada yada yada, right? I wonder. I do feel like this is kind of glazing the poke. Okay, I've been deeply involved in the RuneScape community, and I've been deeply involved in the PokeMMO community. And what I can say for certain is that the PokeMMO players get way more bitches. The amount of PokeMMO players who are in like long-term relationships or married or have at least experienced love, like, it far outseeds the RuneScape. I love RuneScape. Probably my favorite game of all time. It far outseeds PokeMMO. Definitely beats out RuneScape in terms of, it's not even close. I'm sorry. It's the honest truth, you know. Yeah, dude, fuck, that's so real. When you shit, dude, I feel like I've literally had this experience on Overwatch. Because I used to be like a really like cracked out, like fast paced, like jittery zoomer Overwatch player, and I'd be like, team, keep up. And if someone ever hit me with like man, I'm just trying my best, I just sat my kid down for bed, I'm like, oh my, I'm so sorry, sir. Like it's like if you get a snap back to reality of like, maybe the game's not so important. Like that's oof. And now as time passes, I'm becoming the Overwatch unk. Like I'm getting there, man. I used to be the zoomer. Now I'm the unk, man. How it happens. It's crazy, dude. Crazy times. You flame them even more, to be honest. Maybe if you're pure evil. That's crazy to flame. That's crazy. Even it's really hard psychologically to flame someone who like responds nicely to you or takes accountability. I hate League of Legends. I used to have a real tilt problem in League. I would get really mad with League players because for some reason they drool on themselves, but that's beside the point. As mad as I would get at League players, if I was like, why the fuck didn't you gank me, blah, blah, or why did you gank it, blah, blah, blah. If they were like, my bad, bro, wasn't looking, all of my anger would disappear. And I would immediately be like, don't worry about it. Never mind. Like, it's really hard to be mean to someone when they like respond even remotely nice to you. It's really hard. It's really hard. I have an older sister and a younger brother. I was the middle sibling, so yeah, I have siblings. Marine Corps dad. We need a little bit of fucking everything in here. We appreciate you. I mauled when I play League. Yeah, nothing made me like calm down more. Yeah, this is a human thing. This is why whenever the same was true. If someone ever flamed me in League, I would always say, oh, I'm really sorry, like, my bad. The problem is usually they would go harder. Like, the problem is League players on average are such fucking turbo online virgin loser nerds where if you show them earnesty and weakness, they will try to take advantage of it because they've never had any power in any other aspect of their entire life other than on Summoner's Rift. So the problem is on League of Legends, I don't even know if that works that well is the problem. It's tough, man. That's a whole, yeah. Yeah, Vincer, I kind of agree, which is like really sad. It's so, but in like most games, if someone flames you in a game, just say I'm sorry or like my bad, right? Most of the time they'll back off, but if they keep going, just know that they've got bigger problems in their life and they're not actually mad at you. They've just got some severe issues, because it takes a really like mean person to flame someone harder with it's really hard. League of Legends players are one of the most creative insults, by the way. I actually vehemently disagree with this. I feel like, now, I created some creative insults, okay? I got into a fight with someone on League, and he was like, bro, you don't want to fuck with me? I play hockey. And I was like, I bet you're the smallest player on the team. And as soon as I said that, he shut the fuck up. And there was some really funny moments where I was like, I fucking got him. Like, there were some funny moments playing League where I would get into fights with people, where I would hit them with something and they would shut, and I'm like, I got him. I hit him where it hurt, and it's not good, okay? It's not healthy, but there was some funny things, okay? My experience playing League is that League players are the worst at thinking of creative. Maybe it was like, I don't know. Players were the fucking worst. Your cousin Hamlin's? Wait, your cousin is Hamlin's? I used to watch Hamlin's because Hamlin's, we've talked about him on stream, because Hamlin's went on to be a big Fortnite streamer. Fucking much love to him. He used to, that's so crazy. Have you been here before, CDK? Because I've talked about how Hamlin's is like one of the most deserving people to blow up. Because I used to watch his stream. He used to PvP out at Deep Wildy, out at the agility course in the wilderness. Hamlin's used to rap for every follower, not every Twitch sub, every follower he used to gain on Twitch. He would do a freestyle rap. Hamlin's is like one of the most like deserved people to blow up and most deserved like humble content creators. He was amazing in the RuneScape community when he was there, and I'm glad he went on to do, you know, things in other areas. He's a fucking cool guy, man. Obviously I don't know him personally. I only watched his stream, so you know, don't take it with a grain of salt, or take it with a grain of salt. But yeah, he just seemed like a cool guy. What's up, Alexis? How you doing? Yeah, freestyle rapping for every follower is like so much work. Like, that's so crazy. Really makes you appreciate every follower, you know? Okay, genius to insult without getting banned, that I can respect. That I get. StarCraft 2 has some sweats. That's true, because anybody still playing StarCraft 2 is either is cooked. Now it's fucked. It's like, I kind of love StarCraft. Was always one of those games I wanted to get into and I wanted to like, and I just couldn't. I never played Tibia, but I know of it. A lot of respect for Tibia, a real OG MMO. Ooh. First lead game. In my first ever League of Legends game, after 5 minutes, I immediately got told to please uninstall and go play Roblox. That is the average. Dude, I'll never forget one of my wife's roommates, my friend Brian. I'll never forget when he tried, Brian is one of the sweetest guys you'll ever meet. One of the sweetest, nicest guys. Has always played video games, but doesn't really play like online multiplayer shooters, okay? To give you an idea. He mostly plays horror games, hilariously. A lot of single player games, a lot of horror games. He wanted to try Valorant on like his like Microsoft Surface like laptop in the living room, right? So he downloads Valorant, he tries out Valorant. In the first game, in the living room, it's just people in voice chat. F slur, get off the game. They kicked him. I remember dude, I was so bad at Counter-Strike at CSGO. When I tried to learn CSGO, I just got vote kicked from every match. It was so fucked up, dude. It was like, it's kind of like, it's kind of funny, but it's like, fuck, man. Like, what are we doing? Like, we're not even in ranked, you know? Like, I was definitely not playing ranked. I'd be playing like Counter-Strike, like, dude, it's crazy, man. It was so funny. Yeah, you just get vote kicked. You can't even like learn the game. I suck at games like Valorant and CS:GO. I suck at hit scan shooters. Anyways, it's a funny time, funny memes, funny stories. Okay, we started on Valorant. I luckily never got into it. Is the hype over Albion real? Yo, Albion has a special place in my heart. I never really got into it. But the thing with Albion, so Albion Online was a game that I followed on. I didn't pay for it, but I like followed I was like 14. I followed the progress of it on not Patreon. What was it called? Kickstarter? I was following Albion Online for like probably even like 2011. Like I followed Albion Online's like development progress forever. And it was initially going to be a free-to-play MMO. And if you know what happened, they eventually were like, just kidding, it's not going to be free to play. It's going to be like $20 to like buy to own. And that seems like reasonable. But as a 15-year-old kid who was like really hoping for this game and like really excited for it, as soon as they said it was $20 to play, I was out. I didn't have that money. I was 14, 15. Like I couldn't do it. Mom's credit card was not flowing, you know, like I just couldn't play the game. So I went from following this game, being so obsessed with it, so interested into it, and then it became pay to play, and it was off my radar. And then I think they launched and didn't do very well, and then years later they ended up making it free to play the same way a lot of games do, and they kind of like gained more success back, thankfully. It seems to be a cool thing about it. Yeah, never really. Yeah, Albion is free to play now. Yeah. I don't know if it's like RuneScape where it's membership though. I'm not sure. Dude, I'm happy to hear it. Yeah, I streamed for 6 hours yesterday. I've just been enjoying the streams. What's up, Kitos or Kaitos? How you doing, dude? I unfortunately can only speak English because I am a typical American who only knows one language, so apologies for that. What's up, J-Rated? Yeah, dude, what's up, man? I like to try to keep chat to English only, just because it's the only language I can read and the only language I can moderate. I'm sorry about that. That is, you know, my flaw. I don't know, I was 70 days. Dude, that's amazing, dude. Nice job. If you average 10 hours a day, that's really fucking impressive. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I've played very little Albion, but it seems like a really cool game. What's up, by the way, Duck Oblo? Albion's painful? How is it painful? I know you were typing something. I just try to keep chat English only, please. Just because, you know, for moderation reasons. Garkanto. Ooh. Is that worth... Yes. That is worth catching. There's a Gengar Swarm in Kanto. That is worth it. The reason that's so... Okay. The reason that's so worth it is because wild catching Gengar is actually really important to me. It's one of those trade evolution Pokemon. Right? So, the only way I can get a competitive Gengar is by wild catching one via a lure or rare swarms like this. Yeah, I can't, this will be an easy way for me to get a Pokedex entry and possibly get a good IV Gengar. I cannot breed Gengars for a comp. So even if I get one that's like 20 plus special attack and speed and no other stats, and then it's like mild, modest, rash, or timid, or naive, or hasty, I'd be happy with anything that's like somewhat remotely usable. I'd be very happy with. And I have the Soaked Smeargle. Dude, this Soaked Smeargle has already come in so much handy. The fact that I have this for this has been amazing. So let's go ahead and do these Gengar encounters and hope for the best. Here's our first Gengar encounter on the account. That Timid would be great. I love that Ironman accounts make swarms more worth it. Yes. On a main account, I would never check swarms. Unless it was like a really rare, like an Absol, like a shiny chance, but I would never check them on mains. It's a really, really good, it makes the game feel more alive, feel more fun for sure. I'm going to on alt that chat for people who gotcha on Albion. That sounds annoying. I get what you're saying. Fair point, fair point. Does this thing have any self-KOing moves or anything? Problems I wouldn't want a shiny Gengar. I want like a shiny Haunter or a Ghastly. But that, wow, the timing is really funny, Popper. Bro is over here like EV training his Kingdra with Ghastlies. Wow, everybody wants to come do the EV training grind with me. Wow. Use Memento. Does it actually have Memento? The problem is, hilariously, so on this account, Rams, it's a really weird thing. I actually can't breed, I can't breed a Gengar and then use it as a Gengar. So I can't evolve it. Trade evolutions are not allowed. So I have to wild catch it good, if that makes sense. As Hypnosis, bro. Yes, it's one of the restrictions of the account. What are you doing right now? There's a Gengar swarm in Kanto. No, you're so nice about it, Rams. No worries, man. All right. Second Ultra Ball, not bad at all. Let's see. Every single Gengar roll here is really important. Not usable. No worries. I did get poisoned. I'm gonna like antidote. Maybe heal myself up a little bit and go on to the next one. Okay, can't go that way. I have a lore active right now, which is kind of funny. Perish Song? No, it's not. Are you serious? My English is really bad. I appreciate you even try. I really appreciate, dude. Much love to you, man. And I apologize. I only know one language. I will try. How's it going? Going good. Going for the Moltres Legendary Encounter today. And right now there's a Gengar Swarm over in Kanto, over at Lavender Tower. If you're interested, this is a pretty important catch for the Ironman account. Hope you're having a great day. Is it Kitos or Kaitos? You can correct me. Cut off Punch Hypnosis. Hex Toxic. Hex Toxic. At least I'm hilariously. Smeargle is really good here because I'm gonna Spore first so he can't Toxic me. Smeargle is really good here because he can't really touch me outside of the Toxic. Yeah, I would love to be able to see how many encounters we've gotten of each species. Sacha, that would be amazing. I would love that for sure. I'm not sure, to be honest, Angels. It might be kind of close to call. I've been live for almost 6 hours. I didn't expect to stream so long again today. I streamed for 6 hours yesterday. I'm gonna be reaching 6 hours today here in a sec. But this is on a normal account, yes, Culinary. On an Ironman account, ooh, that's like almost usable. On an Ironman account, I can't breed the Gengar because I can never turn it back into a Gengar. Haunt is a trade evolution, right? So I on an Ironman account with no trading or GTL, I literally cannot. The only Gengars I can get on this account are wild caught ones, via swarms or usually lures. That's awesome, Bedgosh. Congrats, dude. Yeah, Gengar is one of the most difficult Pokemon to get a good IV version of on the account, for sure. Put a link cable item. That is a legit, I'm like laughing. That is a legit item, right? Like you can like Grid Evolve. That'd be cool. I'd be down for that in Pokemon, honestly. That's a reasonable like buff to an Ironman / good item to have. I would yeah, we've been asking for more stats in PokeMMO for a long time. Total steps taken. People always ask for like a leaderboard for like shinies killed. Would be a crazy one. That's kind of cool. I dodged that Toxic. That was pretty lucky. Yo, much love to you, Sacha. About 15 minutes, Paleo. Probably like 10 more minutes from now, from what I'm talking right now. As a guesstimate. Swarms are fast, man. It's pretty tough. Matang Sinnoh, good call. Ah, fuck. The Smeargle is so amazing here, actually. Wow. Yep, yeah, no, you're not wrong, bro, but you can do a lot of item-based trade evos, so I don't know why there isn't a link cable item. It probably just isn't in the ROMs that we provide legally, so. Yes, Iron, I got you. OBCD. Nothing there. The Smeargle is paying for itself right now, man. Chinese killed is diabolical. I love the idea of it, dude. Probably not too much. My wife is actually home. Well, my wife came home from work, but she went to Sephora really quick. She has an interview tomorrow, so she's like trying to get makeup and stuff and look really nice and yada yada. So I think once I'm probably gonna end soon, so I can go spend time with my wife, boys. I'm gonna be honest. I want to go watch movies and export my videos and yada yada yada. I probably shouldn't have ultra balled there. I should have like soaked false swiped. I think I forgot, but it worked anyway. All right, here's the fourth Gengar, the final catch. None of them were really worth using, but that's totally okay. Like, that's as expected. Yeah, that's totally okay. We still got Gengar in our Pokedex. We still had a few chances at some good IV ones, and we'll have to just earn it the hard way. We'll have to come lure encounter some Gengars in the future. First stream, good choice. Yeah, it might shock people, but I generally do choose my wife over over to the Twitch stream. I know, really unfair. I know, it's really fucked up, honestly. Can I get invited to Iron? What's the colon? Is the colon supposed to be there? Is this your name? This is you're busy currently. It also told me Iron X OBCD couldn't be found. I should catch the Ghastly. Have you seen Severance? Oh yeah, the best TV show ever made. Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah. Severance is so fucking good. I can't even like say anything like interesting about it. It's just really good. I don't think season 2 was as good, but I still think it was like very good. I just didn't love. I do like the ending. I don't know if I love the ending. It's tough. Oh, did you invite him? Thank you, Jake. Gengar from Kanto. Yep. Jake, yeah, I unironically appreciate it. I respect the I'm blissfully uninterested in most drama / thriller. That's like 90% of what TV feels like nowadays. I kind of respect, like, if that's not your cup of tea, not watching. I get. I get that. I'll just Pokeball this. Shut up. I didn't even see your messages, Tom. Shut up. Okay, Ghastly. Add to the Pokedex. We take those. Modest Gas. Of course, right after the Gengar Swarm is over, I catch myself a Modest Ghastly. I don't mean to complain. If this was a Gengar, this would be perfect. I'd be done. This would be totally usable. I cannot. For those who don't understand, I'll split it. I cannot, as an Ironman, I cannot trade evolve. That's the rule I've decided on. I can turn this into a Haunter, but I cannot turn this into a Gengar because it would require a trade. That's a stipulation I've set for myself. So, unfortunate. That Haunter is gonna carry. Yeah, it better. It's a good call. Alrighty, fellas. No Moltres today. A little bummed about that. I was really hoping for it, but that's okay. That's how it goes. You can only control what you can control, and what I'm going to control is hopping back over to Pattern Bush tomorrow to keep going for Moltres. So I hope to see you guys there. Thanks for watching. As always, like the video if you enjoyed it. Dislike if not. Subscribe to the channel for daily PokeMMO videos. Follow me on Twitch for streams Monday through Thursday at 12 p.m. ET. Discord's down below if you're interested in that. If you want to go above and beyond, support the channel. Allows me to be here. Twitch Primes, Twitch subs, PayPal/Venmo donations, all that above and beyond support goes a very long way. And there's a streamathon and shuntathon coming up May 31st this Saturday. Be there or be square. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Peace, Reno, fellas. Peace. Good stream. A chill Tuesday, not tilted Tuesday. We had Mad Monday into chill Tuesday, to be totally honest. We're gonna raid someone on Twitch. If you want to go spam some smiley faces to a fellow streamer, is a nice little thing to do, you know? I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good Tuesday night. Peace, Reno.